Hello, folks, and hey, Bear. Welcome to the Nateland podcast. I'm Nate Bargatze, Brian Bates, Aaron Aaron. I just saw that thing again this week. It's just so funny, that clip.
The
Key and Peele.
substitute teachers? Yeah. I mean, it's an all-time
so
great sketch. It ruined my life, but yeah.
Yeah, but man, it's good, dude. It's so good. And Dusty Slay.
Okay.
They should have thrown you in there.
They should have.
For that sketch, and then yours they just say correctly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dusty Slay.
My best friend growing up, his dad was Greek, and he would call me Doosty.
Dusty Slay.
Yeah.
Where was he in the trailer?
No. Actually, my best friend had a 2-story brick house. It was,
Whoa.
Yeah, it was big time.
Wow.
Yeah.
Real boy meets world kind of
Would you
situation.
say
You were Sean Hunter?
Yeah.
He was Corey?
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah.
That's funny that you say the word brick.
Oh, yeah.
Like it was.
I would
it
never
wasn't
even
like,
think to say that.
And to me at that time, it was very noticeable that it was like, oh, that's a nice brick
Yeah.
house. It's a brick.
If tornadoes are coming, you want a friend.
Yeah.
It's got a brick house.
Exactly.
You would say, "Can I go to your upstairs during a tornado?" And he goes, "I don't think you're supposed to." They go, "It's better than where I'm at."
Yeah.
Upstairs of a brick house is better than main floor of what I'm in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Main floor, that's the only floor.
This is the only floor.
Yeah.
It is the floor.
Yeah, and I mean, you're scared in any kind of storm and a tornado.
Yeah.
Except an earthquake. An earthquake's the one you're not worried about.
Yeah.
You weren't around earthquakes growing
No,
up, though, right?
no.
When I was in Seattle a couple weeks ago, there was an earthquake at night. Slept right through it. But I woke up and everybody was like, "Did you feel the earthquake?" I was like, "Nah." I wish I had because I've never felt one before.
Yeah, I had there was an earthquake when I was.
I fell out of bed about that time.
Yeah, yeah. He just shook.
Sure,
He goes
that has nothing to do
normal. He goes, I couldn't hear it over my sleep apnea Darth
That's
Vader
for
mask.
sure.
He goes, my bed already shakes.
The room's loud already. Yeah.
It just sounds like the vacuum's running. They walk by your room and they go, "Clean lady's getting after it tonight."
Who's vacuuming
Yeah.
at 3 in?
It's 3. How long are they vacuuming? How much carpet could there be in that room? I think there was an earthquake. They said when me and Nick were at the in LA for the Vanity Fair thing. I got texts that were like, "Hey, did you feel that?" And I didn't. Feeling an earthquake, I think I've talked about it before. It's wild.
Yeah.
It's the most uncontrollable feeling, I think. And maybe because again we're not used to it, but it's everywhere. Like a tornado or a hurricane. Like you're like, all right, you can go somewhere. You can't if you're in it, obviously, but it's not everywhere. And when you're in an earthquake, it doesn't matter. Go, run.
Yeah.
It doesn't stop shaking.
I think having vertigo is like just an earthquake for you.
Mm-hmm.
It's a personal earthquake.
That is true. Yeah.
Like you're like, but nobody else is like that.
Yeah. So if you've had vertigo,
You might be ready for an earthquake.
at least an earthquake, you're all going down with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But vertigo, you're just
Nobody can walk. They're all a little dizzy.
Mm-hmm. That's very true.
I think it was wireless headphones that gave me vertigo. I stopped using them.
Oh, really?
I'm wired now. I'm all wired again. They say wireless headphones, if you wear them both, they communicate with each other through your brain.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Who's they?
Well, we know who
That's
they
always the question.
Now, we know who they is
I
now.
like they.
In the 90s, who is they was a real question. We know
Yeah.
who they is now. I mean,
Yeah.
that's they is many people, but we know who they are.
Okay.
I don't think I do, but
Yeah, you know who they are.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know more than you know.
Aaron Rodgers still does the wires for that
Yeah.
reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Sands with a picture of him at the ocean with a blanket around him.
No, really.
I just saw something like that. Like I guess because he still hasn't told people where he's
He's hiding out?
Where he's going.
going.
Oh, football wise?
Yeah. I went from
Let's go Titans.
I bet if I met Aaron, let's see that picture, like him just hanging, like
Lowered expectations video.
yeah,
Lowered
it's just like
expectations.
he did that. I'm a Shia. What's that thing they all do now?
Where they go in the dark and
Yeah.
Oh,
Darkness
ayahuasca?
retreat?
Yeah.
Ayahuasca.
Oh, yeah.
That's one that I'm like, ugh. Hearing people talk about that,
yeah.
you're like, and it just tell people to do it. Someone's got 3 kids,
Yeah.
barely surviving, like check by check. Oh, do you want me to go on a magic ride,
Yeah.
and you think that's going to fix everything? Yeah, maybe I should give it a go. These lunatics
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
that tell people to go do stuff makes me so mad. It's just like, what planet are you on? Do you not remember? I think about is growing up where you're like, it's check by check, food by food.
Yeah.
Can you imagine when you're growing up and someone tells your parents, go, why don't you take a,
Go in the woods and take peyote.
for a month? What are you, out of your mind?
Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine my parents doing something like that growing up.
You either had parents that were doing it or they weren't. They
Yeah.
can't. Like, it was either way, it was bad. You're
Yeah.
either like,
Yeah.
no, that's all my parents do, and I live on my own.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
the audacity, I always think when you hear someone to say go do something like that is insane. Absolutely insane.
Mhm.
And then they go and just talk about it as if we all did it, we would be better.
Yeah.
Are you what? I mean,
Yeah.
do you not remember anything?
No.
Do they not remember, like, not being able to pick your kids up? Like, just the chaos.
I've
of
had
life.
people do that, tell me they did it, and then describe it to me, and I'm like, oh no,
No,
I
yeah.
never want to do that.
I look God in the eyes.
Yeah. I was like, I don't think that was
Yeah.
God, and that
Yeah.
sounds terrifying.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, make sure you can do it if you can go.
Yeah.
I ain't sure everybody's got the time. Nateland, just a couple of little Nateland news. Nick Thune has a brand new half-hour special.
Hey, Nick Doe.
Born Young. Nick's he's the best. It premiered this weekend. It's very funny. Check it out on YouTube under Nateland Entertainment. It's a great special. And I know we got some people got mad because I think he accidentally cursed
Mhm.
in it, but it's out now.
Mhm.
We did not catch it.
Mhm.
And I don't think he realized he said it. We're not perfect here at Nateland.
Mhm.
I'm telling you, we're going to fix it. We're going to fix everything. But I want to be upfront about the mistake. It's not, it was just we're not. I'll
happens.
say,
It
as
happens.
Nateland, we're not perfect. I'm not perfect. Brian's perfect, but the rest of us are not.
I'm definitely not.
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree with all
We're
that.
none of us huge. Yeah. Not perfect at all. So, but we're,
Mhm.
we're all going to get better. So,
There you go.
Yeah.
yep. that's the
Characters
goal.
in the trying. You know what
Also,
I mean?
there's a Nateland Presents
beautiful,
show,
Aaron.
Good, Clean, Funny, at the Ryman in Nashville on April 8th. It is featuring Ryan Hamilton, Dustin Nickerson, Derek Stroop, Lacey Larrabee, Mia Jackson, Paula Kozinski, and special host Aaron Weber.
Oh, wow. How
All
about
right.
that?
That's good.
Ryman Auditorium, big time.
Yeah, that's a big one. Look, this is the kind of things, if you guys can come support this kind of stuff, that's
And-
what Nateland's about.
And just so she doesn't get upset about her name being mispronounced, it's just Lace Larrabee.
Lace Larrabee.
Lace
What did
Larrabee.
I said
Lacey,
Lacey.
yeah.
It's like shoelace.
I grew up with the Lacey.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So that's I know
Yeah.
Lace. Yeah, I'm sorry, Lace. Lace Larrabee. But great show. And this is the type of stuff that we're going to be doing. It's stuff like I'm not going to be at this stuff, and this is the stuff that helps, drive everything that we're doing. So the more you guys support that kind of stuff, the better. I think in the long run for stand-up comedy for what we're trying to do here. So it's an amazing show. Ryan Hamilton's he's got a Netflix special. Dustin's obviously got a special with us. Derek Stroop, very funny. Lace, me, they were all on.
It's a podcast with us.
Yeah.
Dustin.
Dustin Nickerson does our
Yeah.
he does the podcast. Don't Make Me Come Back There every Thursday. Also, Greg Warren's the Consumer every Tuesday. But those are two podcasts. But Dustin's there, and then Lace, Mia, and Paula were all on the Showcase series.
Mhm.
So make sure the Ryman's the best. It's something that's very helpful to what we are trying to do.
Are you worried the show is going to start off too hot? That's kind of the only thing I'm worried about.
in that order with you? Oh, you're talking about because the host will be hot because of his size. We have
No.
The Ryman's big.
The
It's
Ryman's-
big.
the
It'll
Ryman's
be all right.
big.
Yeah.
we read Aaron's web. We read his rider. He asks for a walk-in cooler access. He doesn't ask. He's not a crazy person. He doesn't ask for the walk-in
Just
cooler.
let me walk
He
in the
goes-
kitchen.
What his rider says is, Come on. I know you got one.
I need a stool on the stage and in the cooler.
Do you have one? I need access. I need the key. I need the key to the walk-in cooler.
Yeah.
So we will have that for Aaron. But yes, it will start off hot.
Yeah.
You coming in, bud, with your, I mean,
man,
you fired up.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
It's going to be great.
You got shorts on today. I hope you
I do. I'm going home right after this, so I don't have to wear stage pants. It's pretty nice.
You would be
could have
like,
just wore pants for
if
us.
you're a guy on the news, I mean, you shorts all day, right?
Oh, I mean,
Yeah.
maybe short. I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe. Like, what would you? Otherwise, what would you?
Just
do?
underwear.
Oh, okay.
Speedo?
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah, depending on who's next to me on the desk.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, but you're
I
an
don't want it to
anchor.
be weird. But
You're on Channel 5 and you're anchor by yourself. Could he sit with just underwear? There would be someone. Would everybody have to leave?
Yeah, I don't think that'd be appropriate.
They wouldn't. Did they not do that in the 90s? Even it wasn't appropriate then.
Wear your underwear?
Yeah.
Just on stage? I
No,
mean, on the set?
suit and tie up top. Could they go shorts below?
Yeah, shorts.
They would
Yeah.
do, and they would do that.
Occasionally, yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen it.
But
Sports
Aaron,
guys doing it.
but for Aaron, they would. You think he would do it
Yeah, I think he would definitely do it.
all year round? Probably wouldn't even. You don't think he would ever?
it's maybe the first time I've ever worn shorts on the podcast.
It's not.
I don't
that's
think I'll
just-
ever do it again.
It's
I'm
the
sorry.
most of your legs I've ever seen.
Oh, I thank God.
Yeah.
It's kind of chilly in this room, but it feels.
It'd be weird if you seen more.
Yeah.
Well, I'm saying.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it would be because these are pretty small.
Yeah.
But I'm saying this is the smallest shorts I've ever seen you wear.
Okay.
Do you want to
Yeah.
stand up so everyone can see
I
it?
don't actually.
No,
That's the
yeah.
whole point of this desk.
You're hoping no one was going to say something.
Yeah,
That's tough.
I'm wearing Crocs too.
That's
I'm a mess.
Oh,
I'm a mess.
oh man,
I'm
I
a
didn't know
mess.
that.
Crocs
But you
with,
always wear
with
Crocs.
socks.
With socks. Yeah, but he always does that. He's been.
But
he's a-
but if I were doing the show after this, I'd wear shoes and pants because I don't want to disrespect the
so
stage.
the fun story about when I met Fallon the first time, I think I've probably talked about it when he came into the comedy club, the
Mhm.
stand,
Mm-hmm.
came downstairs. Me, Giannis Pappas, Chris Laker, we were ending a podcast.
Nateland.
Uh,
Oh, no.
no,
It could be better.
It could be better. Yeah, it was horribly run. It was 10 years ago.
The name was
Uh,
It Could Be Better,
Yeah.
and then it was horribly run.
Well, that was the
That's
point of it.
appropriate,
I came up
yeah.
with a name. It could be better because I wanted anybody that listened to it, if they go, this should be better, I go, no, we agree. We
Yeah.
we are calling it could be better. We're starting out with we know it could be better.
You guys wrote a sitcom for you called Nateland.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking about.
Yeah.
It was very
we
funny.
we did that during that time as we're just learning how to do everything.
Mhm.
And then so we did all that. Anyway, so we get done with the podcast. Giannis shows up dressed like you. He has Crocs on, shorts, like, clearly he was not going on stage
Yeah,
that night. Me and Laker are both dressed as if we were I think we were going on. And then Fallon comes down. So then Giannis was managed by the guys that ran that club. So then everybody's like, well, everybody needs to go up because Fallon's staying for the show. So then Giannis has to go up. And he's in a situation just like this. Like if Fallon came into this show tonight and it's like, no, you need to go up. It's like, I mean, how? What are you going to do?
You'd be like, I've already done Fallon, guys.
Yeah.
It's no big deal to
I'm
But
me.
if someone comes in and they Chuck Lorre walks in,
Yeah.
and goes, I'm looking to make a sitcom.
For years I would just have a pair of jeans in my car for
For
that
that
very
situation.
reason. Even I would go to like a show where I go, I'm just going to watch. In the back of your head, there's always like, they're going to come out and go, we can't find an opening.
Yeah.
Are you in?
Yeah.
I want to always be able to. This is one of the rare times. where
I'd
I'm
let
like,
you wear my pants.
Yeah. We could find someone's, I think if a couple of us threw in some pants.
Yeah.
Is there a seamstress here?
Would you bring this desk out and go, your next comic will be.
do that set behind
Yeah.
the desk. I find a podium or
Yeah.
something.
But if it was like, you got to go up, you just do it, right?
Yeah, I think now I'd find a way to I'd make a comment
Yeah,
about
make
it.
fun of
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's very funny.
We love talking about our Helix mattresses.
You do.
I have had my Helix mattress almost 3 years now.
Oh.
Can you believe that?
It's been a good 3 years for you too.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it has been a good.
A lot
3
has
years.
to do with the mattress, I'm sure.
That's true. You sleep good.
A good
you
night's
feel
rest.
good.
You
Yeah.
feel good, you do good.
Look
You're
at
more
this.
creative.
Nate's parents just got one and they love it.
All right.
All right.
So been a good 3 years for, the Bargatze family too.
Well, they just got it.
Yeah. Well, they love it though. Look how good.
That kind of offsets the whole point.
Well, I bet things are not going to start going bad.
That's
Yeah,
true.
yeah, there you
That's-
go.
If,
There you
if
go.
things are already going good, they'll keep going.
Oh, here's Nate's dad said it helps with his sleep apnea.
Yeah, how about that?
So he's not snoring at all now, got rid of his CPAP. We all have a Helix mattress and we all love it. It improves how I sleep. Everyone knows I love their pillows, especially you guys. I do love their pillows. Let me tell you this. We have a lot of pillows on our bed, and these are not decorative pillows. They're just we don't throw away pillows once we get new ones. We just keep putting pillowcases on them. And so they're stacked in a way that is not how I'm going to use them when I sleep.
Of course.
Yeah.
So I have to throw the first one on the floor. Then I have to put the second one down. And then I have to move the last one and then put the second one back down because that's the Helix pillow. That's the one I sleep on.
Yeah.
It's a good pillow. And it has helped with my sleep. I'm getting better sleep. Aaron's getting better sleep.
Oh, yeah.
Brian's getting better sleep.
Oh, yeah.
Look at these guys. My old mattress was one of those old springs, and I finally realized how bad that is for my sleep. I have a video on YouTube about my old mattress.
Yeah.
And I don't say in there, but I had a mattress that was so bad, I took it in the middle of the night and threw it in a dumpster, and the mattress was able to fold over onto itself. That's how disgusting it was. I fell asleep eating a burrito on that mattress one time.
Good times.
Helix fixes that issue and so many more. It's great for hot sleepers, people with back pain, snorers, sleep apnea. It's for everyone. Go to helix.com, go to helixsleep.com/Nate for their 20% off site-wide for March Madness. That's helixsleep.com/Nate for 20% off their site-wide for March Madness. Sale ends on March 27th. helixsleep.com/Nate.
All right. Well, we're back. Where were you guys at?
I was in Beverly, Massachusetts, just outside Boston at Off Cabot Comedy Club Friday and Saturday.
Keep those cities no one's heard of alive. Bud.
Yeah.
Beverly, Massachusetts.
Somebody said my tour should be called the Just Outside of tour.
Yeah. Just outside of. That's a good one, too.
That is a good tour.
That is a good tour. Just
Yeah.
outside of.
Yeah. Anyway, great shows. A lot of Nateland folks came out. Had a great time, and yeah, it was just a lot of fun.
Flew there.
Yep. Yep.
Big time.
Flew
Yeah.
home at 5 a.m. yesterday morning.
Wow. What time did you, where'd you fly to? Boston?
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
And, hit Dusty up, go get some coffee, but he blew me off. So
You were in Boston, too.
Yes. I was.
Wow.
Well, by the time you got there, I had already ate, and now I'm sitting back in my hotel, and I'm like, I'm not into.
Yeah, I'll see
Yeah.
Brian in 2 days.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
And I invited Brian out for cigars, and he said no.
yeah,
So
yeah, that's true.
Well, did you stay in Boston?
No, Beverly's like, that cigar shop you sent me was like 36 minutes away.
it was pretty far from you.
That's a hike after
Yeah.
a show.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to drive.
Yeah.
And again, you will see each other in
Yeah.
a day.
Here we are.
Yeah.
But I mean, I wanted to go to a coffee shop because I got berated all week from last week's episode because I criticized Dusty's top 5 Nashville coffee shops, and all the Dusty heads came out and attacked me all week.
Yeah. Well,
I got death threats. So
Yeah,
I
yeah.
wanted to show people that look. So anyway, it was a big deal.
Yeah.
I edited. So
I
that
feel like you look like a big kid wearing that Vanderbilt t-shirt.
I feel like a big kid.
Yeah, you just feel like your dad brought you to the Vandy game today. Because I don't know why. It's short sleeve, I think, and I think that's why.
yeah.
It's like it just
yeah,
looks
you're
like
typically a collared shirt guy.
Yeah,
that is
yeah.
true. That's
Uh,
true.
Yeah.
I feel like Aaron now, the
Yeah.
shorts. So
I
I feel
know.
a little inappropriate.
Yeah, it's a little vulnerable,
Yeah.
isn't it?
I'm excited about Vanderbilt.
I'm excited about Vanderbilt too. I am too. It looks like you're waiting in line to meet Will Purdue.
I'd
At this
love that.
age. Yeah,
I
yeah.
would so love that.
Not, and I'm not talking about 1990. I'm talking about 2025.
yeah.
He follows us.
Ah, Will
On social
Purdue.
media,
yeah.
yeah.
He's the best. He is. He's our goat. Well, Darius Garland might be our
Okay.
our
Yeah,
our
but he
goat.
played, 4 games?
That's true, but he was there. That's right. Will Purdue played, so he would be out more. He's got championship. But Darius Garland's, it is crazy how close we were to having a star. Vanderbilt, March Madness.
It's exciting.
We're very exciting.
2:15, I think, on Friday against St. Mary's.
Wow.
Can't wait. We can't wait.
But anyway, excuse me. Last week, Dusty gave a top 5 coffee shops in Nashville.
Hot list.
Mm-hmm.
And I just questioned who would care about this. And the people let me know.
Well, I did not do you any favors editing that clip because in reality, Dusty did his entire list. It took a long time. And then Brian was like, well, who's going to care about this?
It only took a long time.
I made it
because
look
was
like
a lot. I was getting a lot
exactly.
of negative feedback from you guys the whole time.
Well, you had honorable mentions. He did his wife's top 3 coffee shops in Donaldson.
Oh, wow.
So, I mean, it kept getting more and more specific. That's
We did 7 coffee shops.
I didn't even know. I couldn't name 7 coffee shops.
Yeah.
Well, we live in Nashville. I think we should really put some, pride into putting our stuff
You
out
could, off
on
the top of your head, name 7.
Oh, no, they
many
put work
more.
into this.
Yeah.
They put work
I
into
mean,
it.
I could name many more, I think.
Yeah.
But
and he did.
Really?
I put 7 together.
And some for his wife.
Well, one of the 7 was for her,
Yeah.
Crema.
How many do you go to?
Well, I go to a lot, just depending on where I'm at. There's some good spots.
Yeah.
I think if you were going around the country, these are my favorite coffee shops around the country. I mean, but
I think-
Starbucks,
I feel like it
Dunkin'
was
Donuts,
Yeah.
Local
McDonald's
radio.
drive-through.
Yeah,
Well,
loves.
Yeah.
But I
loves.
think that because we live here, we should give a shout out to some of our, our local, local people.
I agree. I look to go take the Dusty coffee shop tour.
That's what I'm
everyone
saying.
said that. I just want to go on the record. I think his list was stupid, and so is he. So, all right, let's move on.
That's what I'm talking about, dude.
This is-
High team
yeah.
base.
Yeah,
There was no coffee shops back in his day.
yeah, exactly.
He doesn't come from coffee shops.
Folgers.
They had to grow their own
Yeah.
beans back then.
Yeah, he goes, it's out of a can. He'd go, my mom's house, my mom's house, my mom's house.
Yeah.
That's his 3 favorite coffee
Yeah, you used to
shops.
get
Well,
that.
that is
Remember
true.
getting that freeze dried like block of coffee? We used to get that at the grocery, like a Folgers. It was like freeze dried, just
No.
Oh, I remember that. but
Yeah.
I don't think we ever had it.
yeah.
Never heard of that.
Aaron?
Where was I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where were you wearing shorts this weekend?
I was with Kathleen Madigan this weekend in Macon, Georgia, Charleston, South Carolina. Actually went to the coffee shop you recommended in Charleston. I went there this
Oh,
week.
yeah.
Yeah.
Kudu Coffee.
Kudu coffee. It's great recommendation.
I was trashing the list too, and then I was like, I'm in Charleston. I'd like to find a piece. Yeah,
Kudu's a hot spot.
Kudu's a good spot.
It is a good spot.
Broke my toe this week. That's the big news. Stubbed it real hard. It
Oh.
completely broke, and it hurts, and I can feel it right now. It's part of the reason I'm wearing
Wow.
Crocs because they hurt in tennis shoes right now.
Oh, wow.
So-
There's nothing to do about a broken toe.
There's my pinky toe. So
Oh,
they're like,
there's nothing.
yeah, you just got it.
How'd you do it?
I stubbed it on
Your
something
other
in
foot?
my.
You stepped on it on your other foot.
Crushed it with your own weight.
You crisscross. You go, I was doing crisscross. I was trying to do the break
Crisscross
dance.
applesauce.
Oh yeah. You stepped on your own foot, huh?
No, dude.
And it broke his own.
Jeez.
He doesn't want to say it, but that's
No, I stubbed it on some furniture. And it
at the
hurt.
hotel.
No, at the house.
Oh yeah.
You did break it?
Yeah, it's definitely broken. I'll show you a picture later.
You're having a lot of trouble.
It's still bad.
Yeah.
It's it hurts.
You are going through it right now.
Yeah, it's just one. It's just not my. I think next year is gonna be great.
This is a tough year.
I think
Yeah.
I'm buckling in for a tough year, man.
Yeah, I mean, man, it is March 17th, and you're already just like
But you've already been on Fallon. Your special has over 300,000 views.
yeah, but I think that now
But you
it's
broke
over.
your toe,
Yeah.
yeah.
Because now it's over. That was
Yeah.
it.
It's
It was
over.
too uploaded.
Yeah.
The year was
That's true.
Yeah,
I should have spread all that stuff out.
Yeah.
Started too
it
hot.
started off too
Started
hot.
too hot.
Mhm.
and so now you
Now
got
what do you
sick,
do?
you're-
There's
now
nowhere to
you-
go but down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You keep breaking bones.
Yeah.
Going to the hospital.
He's got to just get through the year. This is,
Can he
and
do
then the
it?
next year we're man.
2026.
Next
is,
January, February, March is going to be hot.
It's going to be
Yeah.
great next year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I
How's
can't
your year
wait.
going?
How's
Yeah.
your year going? Yeah, yeah.
gonna
That
be great.
answer right now. How's your year going? Great.
It's
So-
going great.
Yeah.
It's starting to go bad, but it's going
Yeah,
great.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
Asking too much.
Yeah, you
about
got
it.
sick in a
Yeah.
hotel and now you're breaking your toes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mm.
But shows were good. Kathleen's the best. And it's just so fun. I'm in Boston this weekend.
And you were at the
So a
Charleston
real-
Music Hall, which
Charleston
is,
Music Hall, yeah.
my friend Charles Carmody is the director there. Great place. Love
Great
it.
spot. Great
The
venue.
Charleston Music Hall used to let me do shows there. It's a 900-seat venue. They used to let me do shows there when I was selling 50 tickets.
Wow.
And it's fun.
And you agreed to that.
Yeah. Well, Charles was my friend. He was like, yeah, we're just the
I would think you'd go for a smaller venue. Like I would.
no, when there's no, when you,
It's like
first
Titan
off,
Stadium will let me do shit. Yeah, but I mean, it doesn't mean
when you
shit.
don't know anything about comedy,
Yeah.
when you don't know anything about anything, and then there's no comedy club in your town.
That's true.
He's like, you want to do the music hall? I'm like, yeah, that sounds great.
Uh-huh.
Let's do it. So,
Yeah, I would have done it too,
yeah,
of course. But anyway, that was
I did it with Nate.
yeah, it's great. It's a great
Yeah.
spot.
Yeah.
You guys know Charles?
Yeah.
I
a
met
great
him.
guy.
He's a nice guy.
Yeah.
But I'm going to be in Boston this weekend. Pick up where you two guys left off. Real
Last
Nateland
Boston.
takeover of Boston.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This
Oh,
month.
by the way, the Kudu coffee shop you said was a goat.
Well, I said it's goat-like or deer-like.
Yeah, apparently it's its own thing.
Yeah. Yeah, people are like, I bet kudu's a kudu. And it's like, yeah, sure. I mean, but it's deer-like.
What is a kudu? I've never
It's
heard
a
of this. It's an
deer-like.
antelope.
Yeah, it's a deer-like.
It's an African antelope.
Yeah. I mean, come on, guys.
How about-
A kudu's a kudu.
Yeah.
I had never heard of this animal either.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, me either.
I think I've seen it
Yeah,
Just out and about.
on stuff.
Okay.
I mean, those horns are real demonic looking, so you got to know it's
That's
a real animal.
that's an awesome looking animal.
Yeah.
It sure is.
Like that's a cool animal.
if it's real.
Yeah, you make some kind of shofar out of those horns,
What's that?
blow the shofar. It's like a religious, like you do, you blow the shofar for religious holidays.
Yeah. Yeah, you into that?
The
Yeah.
first that I read it says conservation status. I think I read it as conservative. I go, oh, it's Republican. Like they just know the animals. They go, all right, it looks like that, but they got a
Yeah.
stance like that.
Yeah.
You go, I could see that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
This is the least concern, so they're not endangered at all.
Oh
Okay.
wow.
Yeah,
Oh, they give it a
yeah.
They get what's NT mean? Not kind.
Endangered.
Not
I
that.
know.
Not that.
The
bad.
least concern is
Oh,
LC.
NT. Oh, NT.
EX is extinct, so is NT no trouble.
Yeah.
VU is
Very.
very
Unstable.
Find it.
underwhelming, vulnerable.
EW
Near
extinct
threat.
in the wild. That's crazy.
Oh yeah.
Animals that are just in zoos. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Maybe
Critically
let some of those out.
endangered.
We got them all locked up. Let them out, maybe.
Let them out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Anyway. Fun
Okay.
weekend. Fun
Good
weekend.
coffee spot. One time they got mad at me because they served beer there, and my buddy was taking too long to drink his beer. So I was like, "Let's go, dude!" And so I went and got him a to-go cup,
Yeah.
and then they knew what we were doing, and then they came out and yelled at me.
At the coffee place.
And I was like, "Okay, guys, whatever."
Yeah. Whatever. You go.
Yeah.
Ugh.
But I was in Boston this weekend. I did. I forget the name of the theater, but it was a nice theater. Schubert, yes. Very nice, fun show, great show. I did about an hour and 10 minutes there at that show. And then the next night, I went to Toronto, Canada, hour, 21 minutes. I think a
Boom.
new personal record, I think.
We got we got it on the text thread.
Yeah.
No, like no context to it. I mean, it would really honestly be only people that listen to this podcast and us four.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If we were all on a text thread, we would only be the only ones that would know
Yeah.
what that meant.
Oh, man, I was pumped.
But we got it. We then got one from Bates. This is very good.
Mine was a joke.
Oh, yeah.
As soon as I saw that, I thought I'm starting my clock.
Oh, that's
I had to wait
funny.
43
Yeah.
minutes to do the
Yeah.
joke, but
You should 39 would have been funny.
I was trying to think how far should I go to make it seem realistic?
That was the most realistic. 43 is the most
43
realistic.
was I thought it was real.
Where you go, like, I have
Yeah.
to do 45, but
Yeah.
it's a
Yeah.
slog there.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, I do an hour.
39 would be the funniest joke, I think, because it's like you couldn't even get to, like it's just
Couldn't even hit 40.
It's a feature
yeah,
set.
it's like the feature could argue that he should have kept going to 39.
Yeah.
But they were both great shows. In Toronto, my buddy Derek Humphrey opened for me. And in Toronto, my wife came because she lived in Toronto for a long time. And then about 15 of her family members
Oh man.
came. And then she did the announcement. She brought Derek on stage from off stage. And
Oh, that's fun.
she used to do comedy. So for her to do a little thing like that was pretty exciting.
Is that the first step she's going to be opening for?
I
you
don't
soon?
think she wants to do it.
Yeah.
But it was exciting and fun. And it's a great show. It's
I was
hot.
thinking for the Nateland cruise, Lachlan Patterson, Graham Kay, Hannah, do a Old Canada show. How about that?
Mm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Brian's already booking the cruise.
Yep. Oh, I got a lot more
Uh,
ideas. That's
yeah,
just
yeah.
one that came to mind.
There's your cruise director.
Yeah.
Brian Bates.
I've got some more ideas, but that's all I'll share right now.
Yeah.
But it was great. Boston's great. Toronto's great. It was
Mhm.
awesome. Had sushi in both places. It
Mhm.
was delicious.
Yeah.
I loved it.
We were on spring break, where I was last week. I went skiing. I've never skied before.
Mm. How'd that go?
It was good. I
Were you
really
good at
liked it? No, I never got. I mean, I was like fine. I never got down a big. I never left like the
Bunny slopes.
Bunny Mountain.
Are there people snowboarding on the same?
Yeah,
Now, why did you go? You strike me as more of a snowboard guy.
I said I want to go snowboard, and
Yeah.
everybody says it's much harder to
Really?
snowboard than it is to ski.
Hmm.
And so that you get kind of talked into it. Harper, I mean, picked it up. She
Yeah.
was gone. She skied a ton. I really enjoyed it. It was nice to when you're up there because you're having to like focus so much on what you're doing. So it felt like a break
Yeah.
because your mind just is like you're trying to stay up. I fell down a few times, and you fall down, you're just helpless. You just go, just flip over.
Yeah.
But it was like perfect. We were in Colorado, and it was like where it's like hot. It's like 40 degrees or 39 degrees,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it's like almost hot. Like you feel
Yeah.
like you could ski. And
Mhm.
have y'all ever skied?
No,
No.
never have.
One
Yeah.
time,
Really?
like when I was 25.
How'd it go?
Well, where at?
How'd it go?
Like
Japan or something? You always have some weird. Didn't you go to Japan?
I did go to Japan.
Yeah, some
Dude, I
weird.
can't think.
Yeah,
What'd you do in Japan?
I don't know. He had about.
Just a vacation.
Visited a friend of mine who was there teaching English,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
the second language.
Brian's
I can't
got a
picture you
weird. He
in-
had about a 2-year window of his life where he was out there. He's went to some places.
I've been to Australia,
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. I've heard.
Yeah,
you,
he
you
did
talk-
all
You have
that.
a bit about that.
Italy,
right?
the Netherlands. I'm a
Yeah,
little
how
traveler.
crazy is that? Italy, Netherlands.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then said
That's why he just
That's
drives
good.
everywhere now because he's like, I've seen it.
he's
all,
seen the
guys."
world.
Guys, come on.
He
I
didn't.
mean, I'm
wanna-
happy for you guys.
He doesn't fly because he's like, I don't know. There's
What's
so
the
much
point?
smoke on a plane.
Yeah.
No, it was like Cherokee, North Carolina or something.
Yeah.
Smoky Mountains.
How'd you do?
I couldn't get on the ski lift.
It is tough.
I kept
What's
falling.
tough about it?
I mean,
and balance.
you got. It's hard to.
So it comes up from behind you.
Yeah. But you just sit down.
As it
It almost
like tabletops you.
if
into
you
it.
put a bag of sand there, I think it'd pick it up.
You just said it was hard.
It's you stand there, it knocks your feet out from under you. You're sitting down,
Yeah, that was my hardest part. I had to walk up the hill each time to go
Oh.
back down.
dude. I try
Oh,
to
gosh.
walking up with skis on, or it's crazy. It was very skiing was very funny. Tell me this: is it? And I don't. This might rub people the wrong way. I wonder, but guys
so.
from the South that have never skied, is there? Do you think people from the South skiing, Southern people,
Uh-huh.
does it feel kind of high end to you?
Of course.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like so
yeah.
when there's something to it that because even when I was there, I could feel myself being like annoyed at the people that said they grew up skiing.
Oh
Yes,
yeah. It's
for
the
sure.
most pretentious
Yes.
vacation activity
Yeah,
you
all
can
right.
do.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
for
felt-
sure.
Yeah.
I felt that way about golf.
I think I've gotten better. I mean, obviously, I play so much golf. I do too. But there's so many courses that are just nothing, dude. I mean, it's a goat track.
It's
Yeah.
You go out there
probably
and-
ski
But I
mountains
agree.
like that too, huh?
I bet.
Oh, I bet there's if someone's from the north, I don't think that at all.
Yeah.
I would never think
Yeah.
they go. We grew up skiing. I'd be like, I figured they did because there's
Yeah.
just snow up there. But if you're from the south and you grew up, you're like, yeah, we used to always go skiing on vacation. I mean, I'm borderline. We didn't really do vacations.
we didn't even take
Yeah.
a
Us
trip
either.
far enough to get the snow ever.
Yeah.
So like
yeah.
just the trip in
Yeah.
and of itself.
yeah.
You went to Colorado?
Trips were always to the beach.
Mm-hmm.
Always to the
Beach.
beach or
Yeah.
Gatlinburg.
Yeah.
That was all of my
Yeah.
vacations.
Yep.
I don't even remember if we went to the beach. We just didn't do trips.
We did Gatlinburg, Chattanooga.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did
Stuff like-
Gatlinburg,
we did
Chattanooga,
Chattanooga,
Panama
yeah.
City Beach,
Yeah.
and Dolphin Island
Well, you're
one time.
pretty fancy.
Yeah.
Dolphin Island.
We know where y'all spent your money, not at
Yeah.
the home.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Where'd your dad meet his
Y'all
wife?
were one. Y'all had
Panama
nice
City
cars.
Beach.
You had nice cars, went on good trips,
Yeah,
but slept in a.
yeah. Slept in a trailer. You're
Yeah.
like, let's spend it on having a good time. man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good philosophy.
Having
Yeah.
a good time.
Yeah. Daylight savings time just happened. It's the perfect time to optimize your morning routine now that more sunlight is greeting you throughout the day. It's actually darker in the mornings now, but more daylight later in the day. So,
I get more done in the dark anyway.
yeah, there you
Yeah,
go.
it's like sun, no sun, don't focus on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Even if there is no sun, it's hard to get going sometimes in the morning. But if you have AG1, that's the
Oh,
perfect thing
exactly.
you need to
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
get your energy going.
Yeah, if the sun's not going to help you, at least the AG1 will.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. Dusty loves coffee, but I love AG1 in the mornings. I think we can all agree that we're happy it's back and we have longer days again. Oh, that's still about the sun. But we also all agree on how AG1 helps us shake off any lingering grogginess.
Yeah.
It helps us fully embrace those brighter mornings. Again, it's darker now in the mornings. But anyway, 6 months ago,
Switch it to afternoons.
this would have been great. Taking it every morning just sets the tone for a good day. I know I'll be more productive and overall more energized throughout the day. We're proud to call AG1 our sponsor of this podcast. It's been with us since the beginning, guys.
I call him a friend at this
It's
point.
been with us longer than Dusty.
That's true.
That is true.
I think most
yeah.
people are happy about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Unlike other supplements that makes big claims without the research, AG1 is formulated based on the latest science in nutrition and wellness. Abby was talking about how her nutritionist said it's the one to go with.
They did say that.
Mhm.
Yep. That's why we've been partnering with AG1 for so long, and AG1 is offering new subscribers a free $76 gift when you
Whoa.
sign up.
Wow, very specific.
Very
Yeah.
specific. You'll get a welcome kit, a bottle of D3K2, and 5 free travel packs in your first box. So make sure to check out drinkag1.com/Nate to get this offer. That's drinkag1.com/Nate to start your new year on a healthier note.
All right. Start with you guys' comments. Anthony Cheesem. Chesum. You don't think it's
That's
Cheesem?
I
Cheesem
think
for sure.
Cheesem, yeah.
Yeah.
Pro tip on episode Nate isn't on, listen in your car with Waze on, and voila. Nate is now on the episode. Look at that.
Oh, yeah.
I guess it jumps in, it cuts in.
It'll
Yeah.
cut you
Yeah.
off. and
That's
yeah.
pretty funny. Wow. All
Good to
right.
know.
Good to know.
It'd be like a real episode. We're having fun,
Yeah.
and then Nate just jumps in with
Send-
something.
A lot of people said they like it better.
Unrelated.
Unrelated. Yeah. Yeah. Not fun. Brings
Yeah,
it to
yeah.
a halt.
Yeah.
Jacob Wilson. Dusty is the voice of reason and is held back by brisket.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
I will not stand for the slander that occurs on Reddit or other places. Let the man tell the truth.
There you go.
Yeah,
Give
this
me a
guy
break.
gets it. And it's also not the first time that briskets held me back. You know what I mean?
That's
You ain't
funny.
gonna get stuff like that anywhere else. Shelly Young. A year ago, I visited Nashville. I would have liked to have known the top 5 coffee shops. However, my bucket list item was to eat at a Waffle House.
Oh my God.
We don't have them in California, and they often make the news for various strange reasons. I didn't experience anything out of the ordinary, but my question is, have any of you ever had a weird experience at a Waffle House?
I ate a Waffle House this weekend
Yeah,
at like noon.
I don't think you had to said it.
Just assumed.
Yeah, there you go. Breaking news.
Tell us when you didn't.
Yeah,
Well, I become a big Waffle House during the day. I like it in there.
Mhm.
yeah,
It's a totally different place during the day.
yeah.
It's
a good-
nice. There's usually like the 40-year vet waitress,
Mhm.
you know, and she's winding down in her life and her career, and she's, just a good energy in there. You go late at night, it's like
It's a zoo.
It's a zoo.
I got kicked out of a Waffle House before.
There we go.
I went with my buddy. We both were pretty drunk. We'd gone to the bar, and then we got into a fight with each other in the Waffle House. This was before Uber. He called a cab to come get him. And then I'm just sitting there now waiting on my food.
Were you at the bar or in a table?
At a table. And then the lady was like, "Oh, you have to leave." And I was like, "Well, I'm waiting on my food."
I do this every night.
And then they brought it to me in a to-go box. And then they let me go get in my car and drive home. They just made me leave rather than letting me eat a little food. My friend was gone. The
Sober
argument
up
was
a bit.
over. He was
Yeah.
being irrational.
Uh-huh.
And I had to yell at him. And he left.
Was this in Charleston?
Yeah.
I went to a Waffle House in Charleston, and they said, we're closing at midnight. And then
Oh.
after that, you have to order at a window.
Oh.
So,
Hmm.
Yeah, Waffle House is not the same. This lady went a year ago.
Mhm.
Waffle House has changed. Some
Yeah.
good, some bad, but it's it used to be a real wild place.
It's like the show Cops.
yeah.
If you wanted to go revisit that.
You used to have a joke about taking a friend to Waffle House.
Yeah. I used to go there a lot during the day when I sold pesticides.
Mm-hmm.
I've also been kicked out of a huddle house too, so
Mhm.
which is like a Waffle House.
Yeah.
I've been kicked out of a lot of places.
Yeah.
I went to a Waffle House in Charleston, actually. 2-3 years ago, late night, there was high school prom or homecoming
Oh yeah.
that went there. It's like 15 kids. They moved tables together. Not a single one of them tipped.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, you gotta hate that.
Yeah. And the
it's
server
sometimes-
let me know about
Yeah.
it, man, when they left.
That's frustrating. But it's one of those.
How do you push
He
tables
always-
together at a Waffle House?
Aaron's a big
Yeah.
tipper though.
I don't know
bet
if push table. They just kind of like were a group.
I bet Aaron made up for it. Aaron's a great tipper. I'm not
know.
asking you to
Tip-
say yes
I
or
tip-
no, but I bet he made up
Yeah.
for
I
it.
did. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's like one of those tough. I always like kind of. You're like it's like a kid doesn't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
I mean, you hope that you should teach them and let
Yeah.
them know. And it's like they go there, and I mean, it's like you just think sometimes you're so young, and you're like,
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
even understand the
Mhm.
concept. Of,
They haven't had a job yet. So,
Yeah, like, but there's gonna be the varies that they do know, and they're being mean and stuff,
Mhm.
and there's the varies that they don't know, and I remember getting both of those
Mhm.
when I waited tables. You get, I had someone give me $1 once. They came over and gave me $1. That's how they go. You were great, and here's $1.
Yeah.
And so it's like I'm not gonna get mad at that person.
That was
That
always
person-
my parents' go-to tip, $1.
Yeah.
I've
Well, that
waited
was
tables at Western Sizzlin'. I mean, and you get
Yeah.
sometimes change.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't think people are trying to insult you.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, some are, some
Yeah,
are,
yeah.
some are cheap, and then some are generally maybe they don't know.
Yeah.
And you got to just. That's what I always thought when you're waiting tables. You're like, yeah, I mean, I hope not to be here. Like if you're taking it that serious,
Mm-hmm.
then it's like, well, then move up in the world of waiting table. Like go get to fine dining
Yeah.
where you're, it's.
Aaron is a great tipper, by the way. You go to eat every time I go to eat with Aaron, I have to look at his receipt to see what he tipped, just to make sure he's not making me look bad here.
No, I'm making you
It
look
costs a lot of money to eat with Aaron
bad.
if you don't want to look bad.
Yeah.
Y'all ask for separate checks,
Yeah.
or do you give the credit card and go split it down the middle?
Now I go.
Are you looking at the percentage?
You
I
owe.
didn't eat that much.
Yeah, you go. I'm not paying for your appetizer.
Yeah. Are you looking at the percentage or the actual number? Because the actual number is going to be higher.
Yeah. Yeah.
No. Lower percentage, but 5 times as much.
Yeah.
Yeah, because those were his 2 appetizers.
An appetizer at Waffle House is crazy. Bring me out a waffle to get started.
Yeah, Yes, I'll take.
Let's get some hash browns to split
You
here.
know what? I would take 3 cups of butter,
Yeah.
and then let us look at the menu.
Get some toast for the table first.
Yeah.
Yeah, appreciate that, man.
Travis Duff. This is my formal petition. This is my formal petition to call the Nateland comments folk tales.
Last week, our subject was folk tales.
Okay,
And
yeah,
that's a good
I like
yeah.
it.
It's folk tales.
I don't know if it'll catch on, but
We're gonna read the folk tales.
Yeah, draw it up, Travis. We'll sign it.
Change.org.
Brian Blue. Dusty said he wanted to talk to his HOA about making everyone in his community plant fruit trees. That makes me think Dusty will consider Tom Brown a folk hero. He has spent 25 years researching and rescuing lost apple varieties. He has found and rescued 1,200 varieties of apples. He interviews people in rural parts of Appalachia to find defunct orchards. To find defunct orchards. This was too long
it's
of a
tough.
thing. That's not fair.
Mm.
Orchards to look for apple varieties. I'm not expected to ever read that long.
I'm into
on
that.
tape.
Yeah, I mean, I think Tom Brown seems great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Apple.
I don't know if I said make, but maybe I did. But I just think that instead of just like we have so many of these plum trees, these ornamental, pear trees, these ornamental pears. There's not real fruit on them. Everybody has them. It's like, why do we not have real fruit trees out here? I just don't understand why all of our neighborhoods are not filled with fruit trees that we can just go and pick fruit off of.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand why we're not doing that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Like in
So-
a neighborhood, you just go like, hey guys, let's plant apple trees and we all eat our own.
Yeah.
Maybe it's like you're just like, what if someone gets sick from that? You know, it's like it all ends up becoming insurance law. Like that's what everything becomes because you always hear that the liability, the blah, 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 all this kind of stuff where you're like, yeah, if you want apple trees, it's like, well, just plant them in your yard.
Yeah.
And so then
But if we all did it, then there would be this abundance of fruit that we could all just exchange with each other. And everybody, instead of going to the store and spending, $20 on fruit, you just have it.
Is
right
it a
there.
lot of work to maintain a fruit tree, or do they just take care of themselves?
I mean, I think you probably got to prune them, but there's,
well, why don't
I'm
you
out
just
on
do
that.
it for
there's
you?
pruning. I do it for me, but I'm saying there's pruning being done already
I'm
on
saying,
trees.
like, if there's a median in the neighborhood, throw some fruit trees on there.
And then we all-
why
but-
not? And then
but
we
you-
got fruit for the whole neighborhood.
Then what are you going to say? Everybody, you're allowed 2 apples
Yeah.
a month.
Well, that's why I'm saying just every neighborhood, every yard have one fruit tree.
Yeah.
And then you got your own fruit. But if you want to trade with some other people, you can.
You want to live in a commune.
I told him last week, he's like Kramer. He has great ideas that are a little out there, but
I know, but I think
everyone
it's,
should wear a name tag. So we
yeah,
all know each
but
other.
it's like everybody's.
No, I don't like that.
I think people are just like working and living life, man. And I think it'd be a lot to have.
Well, that's why, yeah, I mean, it's just like, all I'm saying is instead of the other trees that we already have, let's have fruit
Yeah.
trees.
but
I don't
mean,
think,
because they have orange
cut down all the
trees.
trees that we have right now.
In LA, they have orange.
I would say
orange trees.
my
Orange tree,
my
right.
dad, I would say they do say you need to prune them. My dad has a pear tree. My dad's never pruned it. His dad planted it. His
Wow.
dad died in 1966.
Still kicking out pears.
It puts out so many pears that it breaks the limbs of the tree. It has so many pears.
Oh.
And
One of them's going to fall and break a windshield and you'll get sued. You know what I mean?
but it'll be your pear tree.
Okay.
So there's no one to sue. It's
Okay.
your pear
Mhm.
tree.
when you run for mayor of McMinnville, that should be your platform.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna have to build your own city and get like-minded people to move there, and then they all drink juice and
Commune.
there you go.
I mean, like,
I think we've seen how all
we're
this
talking
goes.
about-
It all starts with why can't we have some fruit trees for our community? And then you end up watching a Netflix documentary about it, and you go, "Huh,
well, this is what I'm going to do.
The Slayers.
Yeah.
this slave." Yeah.
This is the future.
Yeah.
Dusty would look like someone today is a Netflix
Oh,
documentary.
for sure. That linen shirt that you wear, you look
Yeah.
like you're
Oh,
about
yeah.
to
Yeah.
look like you're about to talk about stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
you know?
Little man
Yeah.
bun
Yeah,
going
give
on.
it some time.
And you got to see why people. He was nice. You could start something.
Yeah, I will.
A comedian could easily be a cult.
Oh
leader.
yeah.
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 They're just so. We already know how to talk and then so you just kind of get some people into your vibes,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and then that's what we're talking about.
Yeah. I
right
mean, that's secretly what I've always wanted.
there. I wish the best of luck to you.
The comedy thing just happened. I don't know how this happened.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I've had other plans.
Austin Meek. Austin Meek. On February 24th, I nearly died in a motorcycle accident.
A what?
Sorry, Austin. This is serious. On February 24th, I nearly died in a motorcycle accident and spent a week in the ICU. One of the first things I did when I had the energy was catch up on Nateland. There's something comforting about getting to spend a couple hours with y'all. Keep doing what you're doing. It's truly a blessing to the folks We have tickets to see Dusty March 22nd in San Antonio, and my goal is to be healed up enough to make the show.
Wow.
All right, Austin, 2 shows this weekend.
Yeah.
March 21st in Beaumont, March 22nd, San Antonio. It's going to be
Wow.
hot.
Yeah.
Taking over
Go
Texas.
out to that.
I'm glad
Heal
that
up
you
quick,
survived,
buddy.
Austin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what's interesting? I just noticed.
Take a car to the.
Yeah.
Bus. Say ICU,
Yeah.
but when it's nobody like the NICU is the NICU, but
Yeah.
nobody calls ICU the ICU. Have you ever heard it called the ICU?
It's a good question. Good point.
ICU?
It's the ICU.
I'll be honest with you. I never heard it called the NICU until this year.
What did you
Just NICU.
I've
Interesting.
never heard that. I think I've heard NICU.
Yeah,
See,
well,
I'm not saying I'm right, but I'm just saying I don't think I've ever heard NICU until this year.
Is it because your communities don't believe in medicine?
Maybe,
not formal medicine.
maybe, yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. Traditional medicine,
Yeah.
yeah.
Is it because you only read it on protest posters
Yeah.
that say NICU.
Yeah, it's all it's all hospital, right?
Yeah.
They're in the hospital.
Yes.
We don't get specific about what part.
Yeah.
point, Aaron.
Austin, heal up quick, buddy. Man.
Yeah. Heal up quick. Go see Dusty.
And then go see Dusty.
It's gonna be a hot show.
Yeah.
San Antonio's a underrated
You
city.
think you're gonna give him a heads up if you could do an hour 20? He's got a bad leg.
Well, I probably will. I'm trying. I got to write new
Yeah.
joke. I recorded a special. Now I got to write new jokes. So
sit and get a little.
I mean, hour and 20 could just be the beginning. I mean,
Yeah.
in Boston, I did my old hat joke. Somebody
Yeah.
yelled out, "Is your hair real?" And I did my old hat joke, and it felt good. That joke went so well. I was like, that's the best joke I ever wrote.
Yeah.
And I even said, I'll never write a better joke.
Mhm.
Do you encourage people to yell out?
No, but they do.
It just happens.
I don't really discourage it.
Yeah.
What happens, happens.
Yeah.
That's great.
Russell Young, the Vandy women's basketball coach, is our cousin, and we go to almost all of the games. Can we get a little Vandy women's basketball love for the nationally ranked team and their superstar freshman, Michaela Blakes? I know Michaela scored 50 points
Twice.
twice. I knew that. And the women's team is doing great.
I think we're.
I knew that. I was keeping an eye on them. I know I don't think they were ranked, but then we beat some. She had 53 or something.
53 against Florida, and then I
Yeah.
think she had 55
Yeah.
against somebody else.
Yeah, she's been killing it, dude. Like,
All right.
Vandy women's the number 7 seed in the tournament.
Yeah, there we go. Who we got first?
Oregon.
All right.
It's over on the
Wow.
right there.
Wow.
Yeah. We got
How
that.
about
We got
that?
Okay.
that. Then we
Yeah.
got Duke.
Women's
Or Lehigh, maybe,
Vandy basketball
yeah.
all the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's good. We've had a rough go with Vandy's women's basketball for a little bit. And so it's nice to see. And we got a star. 50 points, man.
Yeah, it's
Mhm.
big
I mean, that's
time.
crazy.
Let's see Michaela Blakes.
Yeah, she's great.
Okay.
I mean, it's really, I guess if people scored 50 points, was she the first one to?
Right.
I mean, I'm sure she's not.
I think
She's
she
a
set
freshman?
freshman scoring record.
All
Yeah,
right.
that's
How
nuts,
about
dude.
that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember it was on
50
I saw-
points?
55. That's
55
what I knew.
point
55 points.
Barrage, they're called.
Yeah, it's crazy,
That's
dude.
crazy.
Is that
That's
a record?
crazy. It
It
should
says
be. And
that-
the rare, it's the records broken 1 year with the same player. Oh no, yes, she
She
had
said
the
it's-
record at 53.
She had
yeah.
earlier this season 53 points, and then she broke her own record 55.
Wow.
For SEC freshman single game scoring record.
Wow.
Yeah,
Amazing.
yeah, she's
awesome.
the real deal, man. It's very, very fun. Yeah. Oh, it's the most points scored by a freshman in NCAA history, which it was 54.
Yeah.
Now it's 55,
All
and
right.
it's at
55.
Vandy.
That's almost the most
Anchor down.
the whole team's ever scored in a game, too.
I mean, there's no reason for that.
I didn't. Well,
What?
Well, I think that game was in
Sorry.
overtime. So
sorry. That's a joke.
Well, why do y'all the bearer of bad news? That's how.
I know. I'm just doing it for that reason.
No, she killed it.
Yeah.
Laura Lee Parker Morton.
That's
A lot of names.
Oh, yeah.
Laura Lee Parker Morton. I found a portrait of Nate at our local antique store.
That's you in the future.
That is.
Time traveling
Future.
Nate.
That looks,
How far?
Yeah,
tomorrow.
4 or 5
Yeah.
years.
I mean, it looks like a guy started to paint Nate and then just he was over it.
Yeah.
He goes, I'm not finishing this, dude.
It was like he already had a picture of his grandfather, and he was like, he's like, he reminded us of Nate. So he goes,
Yeah.
all right, well, I'll just kind of go from there.
You ever feel like you
That's
see
crazy.
like prototypes of people? I feel like I saw like a Nate prototype at the airport
Yeah.
yesterday, but it was like a guy that looked like you, but things had not gone as well.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know, he looked like he was like an aggressive kind of guy. And it
Mhm.
just, I don't know. I feel like you
Yeah.
see these prototypes. There's
Yeah.
a few Aaron prototypes out there, like a
Mhm.
Luke Combs is a
Yeah.
bit of an Aaron prototype.
The football player that was it Cade Mays?
Oh, that dude. I got tagged. I mean, I don't know if I've been tagged in anything more often. What was that dude on the Panthers?
Yeah.
We signed this dude.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that is you.
Yeah.
The one down there below it, right there.
Yeah,
That's
this
the one
is the one, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
He's a good looking guy,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. Looks like
He
Brad
is.
Pitt.
He's a good looking guy. Football, hey, first, ain't nothing wrong being compared to professional football
Oh,
I
players.
feel
thank
like
you.
one of those many JD Vance memes was of this guy, too.
That's probably
yeah.
true.
Yeah.
Those were everywhere.
Hold on. Ben Calvert. Idaho wasn't the only state to come up with crazy ways to deal with the problem beavers. In the 1970s, wildlife officials in Huntsville released 50 alligators in the Tennessee River to stop beavers from damming up. They didn't think the alligators would survive our winters, but they did, and now people are running into them a little more often. Huh.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Oh, wow.
When
Is this Huntsville, Alabama?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aaron, when
Wow.
the episode after the Idaho episode, someone wrote in and said that beavers in Idaho were causing damage, so they put them on a plane and parachuted them into another part of Idaho.
Oh, yeah.
So this guy's just letting you know.
Oh, that's
not all.
crazy.
That was a huge alligator, by the way,
Sure
on that
was.
video. And I like that it just passed by that bird. It's not even worried about that. You see that little bird there?
He's just trying to get in the shade, dude.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
not trying to
He's eating all
start
right.
anything.
Yeah, that's crazy. You guys have alligators down in southern Alabama?
I'm sure. I never was really that far down.
I was never, you never like are thinking about it. Like I might run into an alligator today.
Yeah.
But,
More snakes.
snakes was a big one.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Snakes, fire ants.
Yeah, fire ants for sure.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's all good.
I just thought of
Joke.
yeah.
Hmm?
Let's hear it.
Adding into something. No. You know what? If y'all can remember to remind me, if I get it in.
What's the deal
it's
with-
special? I'll let you know what what part I wrote down
Okay.
All right.
at some point. I mean, it'll have to be the specials out and stuff, but it's a little added in, it's just something an added in part, and little piece,
Yeah.
a little piece of you can do this into this and all right. Thanks for carrying the weight, you guys, while I was writing down that podcast. Boom, came to a halt. I was even kind of like,
I mean, we were waiting with bated breath to hear what
Yeah,
you,
yeah,
wrote, what you wrote
Yeah, I
down.
mean, we really milked that alligator thing.
Yeah.
And now we're like, all right, well, let's see what Bethany Raymond has to say.
yeah. Bethany Raymond. I was a weight guesser at Cedar Point Amusement Park in the
Wow.
mid 90s.
Oh man.
The hazards are real. My coworkers had a guest come back later in the day and punch her because she had guessed him too old. He must have stewed over it all day to make a point to come back. Guessing is really about volume and not accuracy. Yeah, that's tough, dude.
Wait. So there was a weight guesser and an age guesser, I guess? Because he's
yeah.
like, you guessed me too old. And it's like, I guessed your weight, sir.
Yeah. Well, I think in the 90s, there was just more money to go around.
Yeah, we were just guessing.
We were doing good stuff. No, but I think you had to do it all. But I could see that. You could make someone, I mean, it would be, and you put a kid in there that doesn't think about, they're not thinking about, don't ask a woman's
Yeah.
weight or ask a man's age. Like, you don't have any of these kind of,
There was an old Bill Engvall joke where he's talking about going to a fair, and I forget exactly how it started, but he's like, he goes, the weight guessing guy said no. You don't want me yelling that number out.
Every now and then a television show comes along where you feel like you have to watch it. You feel like all week people are talking about it, and I have FOMO, dude. I don't want to be the one guy who hasn't seen it. So what I've done over the years is I sign up for all these streaming services just for one show, and then I forget about it. Right? And then I'm paying hundreds, thousands of dollars over the years.
Keeping up with the Joneses.
Exactly. I mean, not anymore. With Rocket Money. Rocket Money was a game changer for me. Rocket Money, as you know, is a personal finance app that helps you find and cancel your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps you lower your bills so you can grow your savings. Yeah, it'll crawl through your accounts, let you know what you've been paying for, a lot of stuff you've forgotten about, a lot of stuff they try to sneak by you. Rocket Money goes in there, and they'll even help you cancel it. If you don't want to call these companies, they go, we'll call on your behalf. We'll get it done. They have over 5 million users and have saved a total of $500 million in canceled subscriptions.
Wow.
Saving members up to $740 a year when using all of the app's premium features. It's so easy to use. You make money using it. It's a no-brainer, man. Rocket Money. Cancel your unwanted subscriptions and reach your financial goals faster with Rocket Money. Go to rocketmoney.com/Nate today. That's rocketmoney.com/Nate. One more time for the people in the back. rocketmoney.com/Nate.
Drew Pritchett. So Brian, Aaron, and Dusty have come to Comedy Off-Broadway and killed it. I'm a door guy here.
Hey,
What are the chances we could get Nate to do a weekend in the future? Well, Drew,
pretty low.
I've seen Nate's new hour, and I would say 2026.
2026.
Thank you, Drew.
Yeah,
Yeah,
glad
that's
you were
awesome.
there.
Good
I've
to
been
see
to
you, Drew.
Comedy Off-Broadway many times, Drew. You might have, I think you just weren't there, and I'm sorry about that. But yeah, I've been there a bunch. It's a great place.
Really
Yeah,
great club.
Maybe one day we will.
Yeah, he'll be back.
We'll be back. Kyle Sarno. Wondering if you guys can discuss how and when each of you guys met and how you guys decided to do a podcast together. I love how the chemistry on the pod is unlike any other I listen to.
Well, that leads
Thank
us into
you.
today's topic,
Oh,
which is friendship.
How about that, Brian? Good
Yeah.
job.
We
It's the chemistry we were talking about.
yeah, exactly. We started touching on it just briefly a couple weeks ago when Nick was here.
Yeah.
Didn't really get into it.
And little friendship wasn't poking fun at Nick, or was that intentional?
No.
It was a little bit, huh?
I said to Tristan, I said, people are going to say that was
It was a
shot.
little friendship with Nick Novicki.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I was
No.
like, come on,
oh, that's
dude.
what it said on the
No.
thing.
That was the
it wasn't.
title of the episode.
Oh, yeah.
It was a special night because that's you talked about,
Yeah.
and a little friendship because
With Nick Novicki.
Yeah. But yeah, I see what it is.
Come on, Brian.
yeah,
Come on.
You're better than that.
yeah. So I think we've known each other the longest. I
Mhm.
looked up probably 17, 18 years. I think it was
That long? It feels like it.
maybe 16 or 17 years. I think I met you.
You've lived a whole life to adulthood knowing Bates.
Oh, yeah. And I felt it, man.
Yeah.
I felt it. It's just on there. It's just there.
Because I won't go away.
He's going to be there for, I'll have Bates for the rest of my life.
When did you start your daily journal?
January 1st, 1995.
Yeah.
Okay, so I met a guy named Nate Bargatze today.
I don't know if I wrote that down, but I think I may have told this
A
story
lot of
before.
complaints, probably.
I mean, I've known
I bet
I've
there-
known you 11 years at least. I met you 11 years ago.
I think I'm in that journal a bunch, and I bet it's not. It's
It
not
is not.
good.
I
Yeah.
told my wife to burn it if
Yeah.
something happens. But I mentioned that I knew the name Bargatze because of Ron Bargatze, your
Mhm.
cousin who did Vanderbilt. So I knew the name and I'd heard of you. But then you came home, I think for Thanksgiving, maybe Christmas. And I was just at Zany's hanging out and you were on, it was like a showcase show and blew me away at how funny you were. You did the ninja joke. You did the how video games are getting too realistic, Vince
Yeah.
Young,
Yeah.
all that stuff, and the monkey DNA. And it was just so funny. And I was like, golly, this guy's clean and doing stuff that, I've never heard before. So, and I think we all went out that night to Bosco's. Remember that place?
Yeah.
Bosco's. What
Yeah.
is that?
The,
It was there off West End. It's something else now, but I think it was called Bosco's. Me, you, Jesse Case,
Yeah.
a few other guys went.
yeah.
And then, everybody, they think some great story, but we're both Vandy fans, clean comics. So whenever you'd come home to Nashville, we'd go to Mike's and
yeah.
stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's as simple as that. Yeah.
Yeah. And went on the road, done it.
Yeah.
You could be the most person I've done shows with.
Does it feel like it?
No, I'm being serious though.
Yeah.
If You've been there. Yeah, you've been there the whole. I mean, I can't believe it's been that long.
18 years.
That's crazy.
Something like that. I mean, I used to go to New York and stay with you some.
Yeah. Yeah,
Um,
for all the stuff people think that we're not friends,
yeah.
we've been friends for a long time.
Yeah.
Aaron, otherwise, I don't. When I met, yeah,
I mean, I met you when you would come through and do the open mics when you were like in town,
mhm.
but never like. I mean, I started. I'm significantly younger than all of y'all. So
significantly,
Well, that's true for me.
yeah, because we're talking about outside or inside.
I'm kidding, but I met all you guys just around. I don't remember where did I meet you.
I was going to say, I don't remember the first time I met you, but I feel like I remember at that.
I remember you bumped me off your show. It was one of the first shows I ever got booked on. You bumped me off of it.
Are you serious?
Brian Bates and Friends at Zany's. Yeah. My brother was in town and I was going to host for you.
What happened?
And I think too many people got added to the show. So you bumped me. You sent me a very nice text.
Classic.
Yeah.
You said the show got overcrowded. I just for time, I got to cut you from the show, but you're a very funny young comic. You're going to get plenty of opportunities and I'll help you out however I can after that. And you've done nothing but that. But that was our first.
Wow.
You don't remember that at all?
I vaguely, because I think Lucy suggested you.
Yeah.
And I didn't know that there was something already going on there.
I don't know if there was at the time. I think that was early.
Yeah.
But
I didn't mean it like that. I just meant, I think y'all were just starting to maybe date.
Brian always had an eye for talent.
Yeah, I'd like to know who you put on the show. Who crowded it up too much that Aaron couldn't be on it?
I think I know. I think it was because I think you were on it. And Zany's, there was a guy coming through, and Zany's.
Well, that's probably what happened. Nate probably bumped
No,
you.
it wasn't
Nate
that.
came
That's
into
crazy,
town.
dude. Yeah.
It wasn't
I
Nate.
didn't bump you.
Nate's good. I got to do 40 on this show. You're like,
Yeah.
There was a guy coming through, and Zany's told me I had to put him,
Oh,
add him to
maybe.
the show. I think.
Yeah.
But what's the place over in Music Row?
Bobby's.
Bobby's Idol
Bobby's
Hour,
Idol Hour.
yeah.
That's the first place I remember. And one of your first jokes that I remember, it's very funny, is you and your roommate ordered a pizza. The pizza delivery guy fell down the steps, right?
Yeah, yeah.
He had to call an ambulance.
Yeah.
And I think the joke was, that pizza's getting cold. How long do you have to wait
Oh, yeah. I remember that.
before you can eat that pizza?
Well, that was my roommate. I ordered Papa John's, and then he was in the other room and ordered Domino's, and we didn't know
Oh wow.
that. So two pizza guys came to the house at the same time.
Oh, it's kind of like your joke.
But yeah, kind of
Your
I'm
DoorDash.
I'm,
Oh, yeah.
I'm quicker to get to some of the stuff Nate gets to.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, yours just. I mean, that's old school. That
You're observant.
I wish I did that because that's very funny.
Yeah.
That's way more embarrassing than two DoorDash.
It is. Yeah. There wasn't even a conversation in the house. Like,
Yeah.
hey, maybe we can just get
It
a
was
pizza.
two
No, I wanted my own.
dudes in a house set at 58 degrees.
Yeah.
Once that pizza door opened, they go, woo! They go, all right, now this makes sense.
Yeah.
Y'all showed up in shorts and cut off t-shirt. It's cold in there, boys. He goes, yeah. He goes,
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah.
But wasn't there something about the lady fell down the steps or something?
Yeah, one of the guys fell down the step. This is all true. I don't remember how I ended up changing it to try to work it into a joke. But one of the guys tripped up the stairs, and the other guy showed up. Like the Domino's guy showed up, and the Papa John's guy's on the ground. And the Domino's guy just stepped over him and delivered the pizza, and then left, and just left the Papa John's guy there.
The
And then
Domino's
he got hurt?
stepped over the guy,
He broke his
Iverson.
ankle or twisted his ankle bad, where he was on the ground.
and the Domino's guy stepped over him.
The Domino's guy had to deliver some pizzas. Dude.
Did they know they were going? Is it like an apartment? So they don't know that they're going to the same place?
That might have been because they would probably think, what idiot would order from two different pizza places.
Well, you
Yeah.
may tell you what, if anybody ever wonders about stories being true, I just think this is an example. That's a story. If you told that story, you would live in a house and you and your roommate would do it. So you'd cut out that it's an apartment.
Yes,
You would cut out that those guys didn't know that they were going to the same place.
Mm-hmm.
I that might seem dumb, and I'm not trying to talk down to anybody, but if anybody's a young comic or if anybody's ever curious about are these stories true, that's a perfect example of where you would go, what really happened was they didn't know. They would never have known that each of them doing it.
You know, it's an interesting thing. Also, I think my roommate ordered Jets pizza, but I just said Domino's just because it's people know what it is.
Yeah. You would, that's what you would do to streamline everything, to be like, yes, it's all true, but I didn't, and then you make up the part of, them knowing it or them whatever, or the other stuff, the context of them two together, you would have made that up.
And then at the end you go, and then that Jets pizza delivery guy died.
Yeah. And you go, well, you didn't even say Jets at the beginning.
Yeah.
And he goes, what's he talking about?
Yeah, this guy's having a.
But Brian, you were a guy. You definitely helped me out a lot, and still do. But you definitely helped me out very early on, so I appreciate that.
By cutting you from the show.
No.
I don't. But I mean, I did my Brian Bates and Friends this past week, and
I got bumped from it.
No, you chose not to do it. And then Aaron,
you got bumped by your family.
Yeah.
Aaron ghosted me. And then finally, I was like, "Hey, are you in or out?" He's like, "Oh, sorry, dude. Let me check." And he goes, "I'm out."
Yeah.
He got back at me.
I already got the shorts on.
It's a whole thing getting pants back.
I ain't coming out.
I met Dusty at Bobby's, and actually recently
At Bobby's.
Bobby's Idle Hour.
Bobby's Idle Hour,
Oh, okay.
which was at the time was the longest running open mic
I love that mic.
in Tennessee. It was on Music Row every Monday night. I did it every Monday.
I used to love that mic.
And I actually found I sent you a pretty embarrassing message first time I saw you at
yeah?
open mic. Yeah, and then you sent me a very nice message.
You stink.
Back. No.
Like a nice, you're so funny, and yeah.
Yeah, just like just like a nice. I enjoyed your set. I thought you had good stuff, and you sent a nice message back. I remember you said, "I was so young." You sent me back a message that said, "Don't worry, the jokes will come."
All right.
Because you said you told me you have stage presence, but the jokes will, which is probably true. Because I think I could talk into a microphone and be on stage, but I didn't have.
It is true.
The jokes come later.
I remember seeing. I mean, you go to these open mics and you see so many people that you're like, "What are you even doing here?"
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I sometimes I watch people and I go, "Are you even funny for your friends? What what makes you think that you can make strangers laugh?" And then you see people and you go, "Oh, this person's really good." Yeah. You could really, you're like not, there yet, but you're really good.
Yeah. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
You always have you do have a great voice that's comes off as, you want to listen to what you're saying.
I sound like I know what I'm talking about. Yeah. I appreciate it.
Like the thing about comedy that I've seen over the years is like people will have these very successful jobs and then they'll start doing comedy. And then they're probably in their day job more successful than everybody else at the open mic. But at the open mic, they're really bad at comedy.
Yeah.
So they I
was about to list an example until you said that last part.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
So then they feel bad about themselves in these comedy rooms. You can see that it eats away at them. And I just think, if you would just quit this hobby of comedy, you could just go on feeling good about yourself in your successful day job.
I remember the first time.
Do you know what I mean? Does that make sense?
100%. I remember the first time I got an applause break from a joke at Springwater.
Oh, yeah.
And I didn't do this very often, but I recorded that set on my phone. And I listened. Dude, it's so embarrassing. I listened to that on a loop on the drive home. Like, I can't believe
All right.
I got an applause break.
Do you remember the joke?
No. Well, yeah, I do, but I'll tell you later.
Okay.
It's not a good show.
It's a clean podcast.
It's
no, it's nothing like that. It's just I don't.
Yeah, it's embarrassing.
Yeah.
I think I'm still thinking about that show.
They clap anything at Springwater.
Yeah.
See, that's the thing. That was a brutal mic.
I know.
Yeah.
Springwater's the first time. The first day I moved to Nashville, I was like, I'm going to go to a mic. And I went to Springwater, and then you and Brian showed up.
Really?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, all right. That's what I'm talking about.
They go, this is a scene here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Where was Springwater?
It's still around. The Springwater Supper Club. It's right by the Parthenon.
Oh, yeah.
Real smoky.
Right next to McDonald's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember that. Yeah.
I think that show that you're talking about was where I recorded my album.
No, I don't think it was. I think that was your next time there.
Okay.
I'll go find the receipts later. It was but I didn't mean it to come across like it was ever. You sent me a very nice message about it, and I was like, okay.
Easy
and
Out.
Me and my brother came and watched the show.
Did I do that show? Yeah, I did Easy Out.
Yep.
This was after Easy Out. This was like,
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I just didn't like you then.
Yeah. I can't believe he's doing Brian Bates and Friends that long. How long?
I mean, I don't know if we called it that then.
I think it was just Brian Bates. Headlining
But it was just a
Oh,
period.
no friends.
Yeah. There was like Brian Bates. Yeah.
It was just
My
a
friends are on
periodic
the
show.
audience.
Yeah.
It wasn't monthly. It was just a periodic
Oh, yeah.
show.
every
It
now
was
and then,
yearly.
Yeah, yearly.
Brian Bates, show for his friends.
Yeah.
Brian Bates and Friends, but the friends
Yeah.
are in the crowd.
That's exactly right. A one-man show.
Instead of and, it's 4.
It's 4.
Brian Bates for friends.
Brian Bates,
And family.
yeah.
Brian Bates for friends and family, and one guy who didn't know what he got into.
yeah.
He just wandered in off the street. Yeah. And then Dusty, I met you. We were on a Keith Alberstadt show together.
Oh.
Yeah.
And who else was on? Chad Ryden?
Chad Ryden and TC Cope.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Boy, TC.
That's
Yeah.
an old school Nashville lineup
Yeah,
right there.
yeah.
That's big time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like, I think Nashville comedy and all comedy is small enough. Like you're going to you just run into people, right? You just see, you just meet comics around.
This is how new I was at comedy then and how little I knew about comedy. I mean, I drove from Charleston to do that show. I mean, just to show. I mean, but I was like, Keith told me, he's like, I'm doing a show in Nashville at this date if you want to come do the show.
Mhm.
And I was like, yeah, I do. So I drove from Charleston, which is, I don't know, 8 hours.
And how did you know Keith?
I met Keith in New York City
Okay.
Oh, okay.
through a mutual. And so I met him and I went to see him at the Cellar. And Keith really helped me out with a lot of stuff, gave me a lot of initial advice.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So Keith is great. Keith Halberstadt, really great. Really helped me a lot.
Oh,
in the
yeah.
beginning.
Yeah.
We just saw him last week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then as far as the podcast, 5 years ago this week is when the world shut down due to COVID.
Oh,
Wow.
Yeah.
And then
Wow.
a few months later, you like, I got to do something. So you started the podcast.
Yeah. I decided I need to start a podcast. I wanted it to stay funny.
Mm-hmm.
And then I called you. I talked with you about it. And you
Mm-hmm.
and Aaron.
Mm-hmm.
It was kind of just picking the people that were here.
Yeah.
And so it was like, that could be clean and they're here. And I mean, really, then nobody in
I
there.
really narrowed it down pretty quick.
It does. That's the thing people don't realize. When you-
Sifted, you go, oh, this is it, huh?
Yeah. When you go look for clean comedy, it's not easy.
It is true.
That could talk, that I'm not worried is going to just accidentally curse or something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's really hard to find clean people that can be clean that sometimes super clean can turn out to be a little cheesy. And it's like, it is a fine line. And then people that are like, no, I can do clean. They go out and do some wild bit and you're like, you thought that was clean?
Yeah.
You thought that was clean?
Sometimes people will go like, what specific words? And I go, I kind of want you to just get it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just
Yeah.
kind of get, like, I mean, I could draw up like a list of stuff, but
Yeah.
like just kind of just don't. Does
Yeah.
that make any sense? I
Yeah.
want you to just get what you're not supposed to do.
Yeah.
But it's
Yeah.
tough. I've tried a bunch of different protein products over the years.
Mhm.
Clearly.
Meat, eggs.
Beans. Yeah. Listen, the protein product market can feel intimidating. I mean, I don't know what I'm looking at half the time. And then you grab something and you go, I'll try this, and it tastes horrible. And that's why I was excited about our new sponsor, Orgain. Orgain believes real nutrition has the power to make a real difference in people's lives. You looking to fuel your personal best? You need muscle support, recovery, or just looking to maintain a healthy lifestyle? Hey, how about all of the above? Orgain's 30-gram protein shakes check all the boxes. They offer protein-packed real nutrition that'll satisfy your cravings without any added sugar. That's big. No added sugar in
Nice.
any of these. They're an excellent source of premium, ultra-filtered protein with all 9 essential amino acids. And look, a lot of these terms, you don't know what it is, but Orgain knows what it is. Okay? I had an Orgain shake this morning. Love how it tastes. Nate's dad, Steven, is really loving them. He plays pickleball, and his doctor was like, you got to up the protein, and Orgain helped him do that. Remember,
Nate's dad's in on all these.
Yeah.
He's in on all these. He's using all these things.
he's the vision
Yeah.
of all of this, I
Yeah.
think. Remember this.
I
There are
won't forget.
hold on.
Sorry.
Remember, there are no quick fixes when it comes to your health. If you want more protein, give Orgain's 30-gram protein shakes a try. Head to Orgain.com/Nateland and use code Nateland for 30% off your order. That's the best offer you'll find, but you'll have to use our code Nateland for 30% off. One more time. For 30% off, head to Orgain.com/Nateland and use our code Nateland.
Jay, when we were thinking about doing a podcast, me and Kathleen Madigan almost did it together.
That'd have been fun though.
It would have been very fun. And I think it just wasn't really, it's like timing wise, it just wasn't really working out. We were talking to Dorfman about it, and me and Kathleen talked about it. And then, but she has a great podcast now. So it's like, it ended up working out for both of us to, kind of go the ways that we went. But
that's good. I mean, you're different in a lot of ways. So I think you have different interests and different stuff you want to talk about. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, it was at the time I would have been lucky to do a podcast with her. No, I mean, even still now. But
yeah.
What's some of the...
All right. So I looked up some stuff about friendship.
What'd you Google? Friendship? Does it pop up automatically for you? When you go, what is, does it say what, when you type in what is to Google, does it automatically go friendship? Before you even have to say it?
And then when you hit it, it goes, did you mean how to make friends?
Yeah, like for Aaron, it knows what is NIL in college football, what is a redshirt freshman, NIL money. Like his is going to be
what is corned beef?
What is corned beef? These make sense because Aaron. So on your Google, your computer, and you type what is, does it say friendship? A full room look like? I'm sorry. I've been. Oh man! That you could even Google an image of what a full room
on a friendship episode.
I know. I'm sorry. I was trying to be.
I would argue,
first thing that came to mind.
I would argue that Aaron already knows what all those are. So it.
Oh, I think he does. But it's what is But yeah,
that's fine.
I was just trying to. Sorry.
That was awesome.
So there's something called Dunbar's number.
Oh.
And this guy basically came up. He's an anthropologist, and he studied chimpanzees, and he saw how many friends they could have, and then he took their brain size and compared it to a human's brain size, and says that humans can comfortably maintain 150 stable relationships. He said that
I don't think so.
That's the number of people you would not feel embarrassed about joining uninvited for a drink if you happen to bump into them in a bar.
150. Does that include family? 150 just relationships with people.
So he breaks it down even more. He's got there's 5 people that are your inner circle loved ones. For me, it'd be you 3, my wife, and Ben Roethlisberger. Then there's 10
and Eleanor.
Yeah, Dusty, you're out. It's Eleanor. Then it's 10 of your best friends, your solid go-to friends.
Yeah.
Wow.
50 just friends. I sent you a link to this.
I'm cutting all these numbers in half, as you say them.
150 meaningful relationships, and that's those are acquaintances that we can invite to a massive party or greet without hesitation if you ran into them at the airport. And then 500 acquaintances. That's just people you know.
Nah.
If you had a massive party, you could invite them. And then 1,500 people you could recognize. Like, just, you know who they are. I think I would have more in all these.
Yeah,
more?
I can definitely recognize way more people
than 1,500 people?
Totally. Think about everyone from my high school, ton of people from growing up. You gotta think about it. It's a lot of people.
So.
Man.
And you think you can do more?
Fewer in some of these others, but I think people I recognize, more than 1,500. Yeah.
But I mean, is that, I don't know, man. That's a lot of people. 1,500 people that you can look at and
know
like,
their name and know something about them.
I'd like to know how many friends this anthropologist has.
0. Apparently, he's sitting in a chair by himself.
Yeah.
He's hanging out with monkeys.
Yeah.
0.
Because he's turned around.
Yeah.
I think because I got married at 48, it allowed me to maintain more friendships and girlfriends.
That makes sense.
So
but did they also have to be your friend?
Yeah.
That's true. You got to compare their list.
Yeah. And you go, that's funny. You say 1,500. He says 30.
You only appear on 4.
Yeah.
Well, I'm about to get to that too.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, most of my friends got married in their 20s, and understandably, you get married, you start having kids, you don't have time.
You do kind of wall off from the
Yeah.
world.
You have
because
to.
you have to.
You have to. I got married at 48, so that's
Yeah.
why Nate stuck with me, because I wouldn't leave. I got all the time in the world,
Yeah, he was always available.
even when he didn't want me to be.
Real what about Bob situation. What about Bates?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah.
That's a great movie. So, I mean, I think it's pretty, 10 good friends.
So, Dusty, you think these are all way too high?
I don't know. I mean, especially once you get
You only
way
have 2.5
out there.
loved ones?
Once you get out there with I think the 5 loved ones could be a larger thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But once you get out to 500 acquaintances, what does that even mean, really? You got 500 people that you're like,
you kind of know, like you're like in the business.
but these are, I feel like once you get to a number
like
that
the
large,
guy,
it's like, these are just people.
Yeah. The guy that books the Tonight Show.
Yeah.
Like, or the guy that,
I don't know
like,
him.
He's a loved one.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is a loved one.
Yeah. I'd put
He's a loved one of you guys. I have no
Or-
idea.
Yeah.
He's never heard of me.
the guys that used to book the Montreal Comedy Festival, they would
Again.
be acquaintances.
Acquaintance. Yeah.
Like,
Business
Can we name something we're all in?
or they could be meaningful contacts,
like
actually.
the guy that takes tickets at the basketball game.
Carlos Groves.
There you go.
Yeah, he's a 15 in the, yeah. I actually like this number. I think there could be more than loved ones. I think there's definitely more than 5.
How many people would you take a bullet for?
I take a bullet for a lot of people.
Okay. Well,
Really?
It would be higher than
Bates?
5.
Yeah.
You take a bullet for Bates?
Yeah. Why
What
are
do
they
we
trying
mean?
to shoot
Yeah,
him?
that's what I'm saying. What do
But
we
it's
mean
like-
here? Why?
Some
Your
holes in
life
that
should
joke.
be technically your life should be of sacrifice. So it should be for someone I don't even know. I should be protecting.
You don't believe him, huh, Brian?
Well, I just don't believe in that mantra.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
I'm in it for myself and
Yeah.
get out of the way.
I mean,
What's the say? Like, because it's like some people, it's like, do they want you to, like, if like, let's say my wife, someone were going to shoot my wife, right? And then I jumped in front of and took the bullet. And now my wife's like, oh, jeez, now I got to,
Raise these
you were
kids.
making the money and
Yeah,
now I
yeah,
got to do all
yeah,
this on my
yeah.
own. Let me take the bullet.
And he's got another bullet in the gun. So you can just kill her too. I guess it's like if somebody goes, oh, so somebody needs both your kidneys. Let's think about it like that.
That's a good way.
Like to survive. How many people would you do that for?
I'd give no one both my kidneys.
Why not? Like if you're,
Well, that means I'm going to die.
that's the whole point of the.
I don't think
Yeah.
I'd give away one.
I
of my
would try to
kidneys.
figure it out.
think-
if your daughter needed a kidney,
I think
and like
one
you were
is-
a match, and
I'd go, I don't know what's happened to your kidney.
I mean,
No one needs their kidneys.
Yeah.
That's the government wants you to keep your kidneys. You don't need either one of them.
China's stealing them.
Yeah. It goes, trust me, you're better off without kidneys. They
Yeah.
can't track you if you don't have a kidney. You know what I mean? Because they don't know where you're at when they do the kidney. That's how they keep track of everybody, these kidneys. Why do you think they won't let you get rid of both of them?
Yeah.
Tell me that.
Yeah.
So if a person needed one kidney and they posted online, hey, I need a match.
yeah,
How many people do you think you might go get tested, see if you were a match and actually do it?
100.
That's a lot.
This is what I would do.
Oh,
I would
yeah.
share that on Facebook so that they could reach a bigger audience.
I did my part.
Yeah.
I spread
Yeah.
the word a
Yeah.
little bit. You're not going to get tested, though. Right? I would go give all y'all bone marrow. I would do that.
I do think you need
Yeah.
both kidneys. You can survive without one, but I do think you need
You
both.
do need both.
I think
And
two's ideal. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, so when you get, like, I know someone who gave theirs up to their dad, and then, a couple years later, their dad dies. And I'm like, now you live the rest of your life with just that one kidney.
Maybe get it back.
Yeah, I mean, I wonder if he's on his deathbed, he goes,
Yeah.
I gotta get that
When
kidney.
he was an organ donor, he just go grab
Yeah.
it
So
right
he left
back.
in his will.
Yeah.
He goes, obviously, give my son his kidney back.
Yeah. I looked.
I'm an organ donor.
Yeah, me
You
too.
do that.
I took that off.
You don't, because you don't know where these.
Well,
organs-
my friend that works at the hospital told me that if you have an organ donor on there, and then you have like a car accident or something, and you're unconscious, they're quicker to pull the plug on you because they're like, we need these organs.
Mm.
Yeah.
Oh,
And if
that
you're
makes
not an
sense.
organ donor, they're like, well,
Let's give him a go.
Yeah.
I read a story about a woman who
Wake him up and make him sign up to be an organ donor. And then you go back to sleep, and then that's it.
This grandmother, when she passed away, they donated her body to science, to like a scientific organization, and they found out this is morbid. They found out that scientific organization sold her body to the military, and they used that to test bombs.
Oh gosh,
That's crazy. Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah.
And they were pretty upset about it.
Yeah, I'd
Yeah.
say so.
Yeah, I mean, you can't just trust.
imagine you're in the military. You're
Yeah.
like, Grandma.
Yeah. T-minus not Meemaw.
Stop it! Stop the clock. That's so funny.
Yeah.
This guy also Dunbar here. He did a lot.
But I bet you could ask for that though.
Oh yeah, give my body to the army.
They go, I want to go to the bomb stuff.
yeah, it seems like you
Yeah.
have to ask for it.
I'll
Yeah.
give mine to NASA. Like, shoot me up into space, see what happens to the body with radiation or something. You know?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, by the way,
they go, what's this eclipse?
We weren't expecting another one. Why is it so cold?
The Aaron eclipse happens once every 48 hours. And they have to go get you when they go get those.
It's about every time I come around
Every
here.
time you come around here. So then they got to go get you because you're just stuck in this cycle. And they got to go. They get a big fishing net and try to grab your body back. They got to move you over. get
Reel
you-
them in, boys.
They got to get them behind the sun. Get them behind it.
Pushing.
Oh, that's funny.
Those
They're pushing you like a float that you're trying to grab a float.
Satellites are hitting you.
those astronauts scheduled to come back tonight, I think.
Oh, tonight?
Yeah, SpaceX is going to get them, right?
They're there already. I watched
Wow.
this
I
weekend.
did see that. They're hugging each other.
How many of them is it?
Did you see the photo where they all did the Dusty Wave?
No, I
But
think
there
they
was
did that
like
intentionally.
there was supposed to be 2, and then there was like last week you guys were like, oh, there's more.
There's more guys up there, but it's only 2 that's been stuck there. They couldn't come back.
Well, why did that? That doesn't matter.
Some more went up, and if you can find I should have sent it to you the.
You got to
reunion.
think that if you're up there and you're just the 2 and other people come, you're like, hey guys, this has kind of been our space for a while.
Oh, it'd be tough.
Don't
to
come in here.
Yeah, you're probably territorial about it.
Mm-hmm.
The internet,
some reason-
the internet's bad here,
Yeah.
but it happened.
Let's go.
Yeah.
All
So
right. So
Talk about them being friends.
yeah, exactly.
That's friendship right
That
there.
is friendship.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're going to have a bond, forever. There's only so much you can talk about.
yeah.
I bet they got into it, dude.
Oh, there they are.
They are. They're all having a good time.
Oh, this guy's
Look at
always up there.
Mhm.
This guy's
Well,
always
that's
involved in
that's
it.
the guy from here, Butch Wilmore.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
you're
From
thinking
Mount
that's
Juliet?
that guy,
Yeah.
Mark Kelly.
Yeah.
Maybe.
not
I-
That's not Mark Kelly. Is,
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. We're having. They're all up there.
Yeah.
That's
What-
the new crew members, and then the people already there. I think the 4 in blue just arrived.
Who's the 2 that have been stuck?
The guy that's not doing the Dusty Wave.
And I think that woman, right?
It looks like her. Yeah.
Yeah.
In the back?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's not doing the Dusty Wave? Oh,
The guy
Oh,
from Mount
she
Juliet.
is, but this, this-
the Mount Juliet guy's been up there the whole time.
yeah.
Yeah.
He and the woman are the 2 that got stuck.
Yeah.
They put
Suni
this
Williams.
the woman in the back is the one who's been up there the whole
Yeah,
time.
that
She
seems
should
crazy.
be front and center.
She should be front. and
That's
center.
I
ridiculous.
think she's
That
humble.
is.
you
It's
know?
probably an impromptu.
That's like one guy got shorts on.
Oh, the guy in this corner, the guy in the far right, he's always up
Is
there.
it not? He's got shorts on.
Yeah,
up
that's
in
Aaron.
Space. Who
They go,
wears?
hey, bud, you're going to space?
Yo, hey, pal.
Put some
He
jeans
goes,
on.
I don't know.
I wanna be
Dress it up
comfortable.
a little bit. Golly.
I don't believe this.
Were you at home this morning? Wearing cargo shorts up in space? We're taking a picture for the world.
What's on his leg? Why
I
is
like
that not
it.
floating away?
And it's, what do you mean? It's wrapped around his leg.
Yeah,
What's
it's wrapped
that?
around his
Yeah,
leg.
sure.
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
It's, yeah, I can see it's wrapped. It's like a blood pressure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, this is a picture of people hanging upside down. You could do this at any. They can do something like this.
Who's the
at-
guy in the top right? He's always in these things.
I don't think you've seen. I don't think you've
It's all
seen
been-
any.
Yeah, no, it's the same
He's
few
in
guys.
every
seen
one
any of
of
these
them.
people.
The guy in the
before.
shorts, the guy in
Yeah.
the top right, and the guy on the far left. They're in all
They're
these.
in every one of
Yeah,
them.
they're, in all the- they're always in the space thing.
They're character
No,
actors.
you're
Yeah.
thinking of. You're thinking
Yeah.
of a
I
different.
know who he's thinking of.
I'm thinking of the guy you said.
Mark Kelly. You're
Yeah.
thinking of this dude.
And he has a
Right? This-
twin brother.
Nah.
Yeah.
They're both
Yeah,
astronauts.
maybe. Actually, maybe.
Yeah, he's a senator now.
Yeah.
You know what? I am.
Yeah, you're thinking of the. Yeah, you probably have seen the
Yeah.
brothers. and
Yeah,
you
that
think-
guy's
Yeah.
up there right now. He's in that picture. Look,
No,
he's
he's
still,
not.
He's still wearing the red. Just under the
What are
coat.
you talking-
Yeah, look at that.
That's a totally different.
Why is he looking at a different camera, that guy down there? Where's he putting his hand?
Three guys
Because there's
in
another camera right there.
The three guys in the red look like they run a morning show.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like they're up there from the buzz.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, that's great. It was pretty cool watching though, because the space station is going 17,500 miles an hour.
Yeah,
And then the rocket is going the same speed and it has to like dock.
yeah, that's
So
crazy.
It's pretty crazy.
And you saw all that?
I mean, I watched it. Yeah, the NASA showed it live. It looked like they weren't even moving because they were going so.
Huh.
Because they were both going the same speed.
Yeah.
There you go. There she is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. So that's cool.
What if you get over floating? You know?
he's wearing an alien mask.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I always got to come in with a show.
Yeah. Where'd you get that? You had that up there the whole
Yeah.
time, huh?
Yeah.
He just got there.
That was the.
He's like, I'm going up. I'm going to take the mask. I'm going to do the mask bit.
Yeah.
And they go, please don't. man. Please
No, I'm going to do the mask bit.
Well, here's the moment where they show up. This will be fun. Look at
Yeah.
that.
Okay.
Hey, they take
Okay.
pictures.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh,
All
yeah.
right.
Oh, where you
And
been?
then they
Oh, why you
hug.
up there?
Because, yeah. Whoa.
Oh, yeah. Look at
It's
the lady.
awesome.
Yeah.
She's from the Boston area. So in the news this weekend, they were all, there's a school named after
If
her.
she
there.
could have got back a week earlier. She could have come to my show.
Yeah. She'll be there for Aaron's show.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
First, what do you think she does first thing she comes back?
It's got to be that.
What did you do?
Take a warm shower, dude. I don't. Well, they won't be able to walk for a while. I think you struggle to walk when you get back.
Oh, yeah, especially been up there that long.
You've been up there way longer than you thought. So I think it's gonna be a bit of a period where you
I don't know how you don't have claustrophobia.
Why are all these people hugging? I don't understand what's
because
happening.
they've been up here for 8 months and they docked and now they're gonna.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you be
go back
excited just
home
to
with
see a
them.
new person after
Who's
that long?
rescuing the people? The people in blue?
The people in blue just showed up.
The
correct?
dark blue, yeah.
They're
Yeah.
staying.
And
They're staying.
who are the red guys?
I don't
Yeah.
know.
He goes, you don't let-
Cosmonauts,
They
maybe?
look like Russians, don't they?
They
I
do.
think they.
I mean, no offense.
Yeah. I think there are some cosmonauts there. And their space agency is called something like Romulus, or something like that.
Okay.
It's something
Okay.
weird. And
Because, I
then
mean, imagine, why if you're not, imagine Dillard's is like, those are our shorts.
You can't get over
Yeah.
this.
They look really clean for have been up there for that long. I would like
You
to
think
see
she
them.
looks clean?
I would like to see them looking.
Her hair's
well, they have
gray.
ways to clean themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they only
Yeah,
prepared
that,
for
the
8
woman
days.
with her hair straight up right there. I mean, your hair's gray.
I know,
She
but-
looks like she's been up there for
And
that
she didn't
long.
have gray hair when she.
No, I bet she looked
No,
rough
I'm
like
kidding.
that.
Look at, yeah,
She looked rough like that when she went.
yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
Well, it's an exciting story. It's a fun one. Congratulations to those astronauts. Can't wait to see you back
yeah,
home.
welcome back.
Back
guys.
home on planet.
That's a big hug.
They're not back yet. They're
Get
coming.
get on back here,
Yeah,
guys.
they're coming. They're coming.
Get on back here and then stop this space thing.
Yeah. And then we'll have Butch on our podcast.
I'd like to know what they accomplished.
That's the first
Like
question we can ask him.
while they were up there. Like, you're like up there for 8 days,
They're on
but
the
then
International Space Station, right?
but then you ended up getting a
Yes.
little extra time. So what'd you get done?
Clapping, they just got.
Oh,
Aaron.
what they
They
got?
just got Aaron.
Like, what were you doing up there?
Huh? Yeah.
Yeah, what?
I think a lot of stuff.
Yeah. I think pushing buttons and doing things, man.
Yeah.
Spacewalks. Yeah.
They conduct research, maintain the station, perform spacewalks, and then they have daily routines and personal activities.
Okay.
They
So
collect data.
That
So nothing really.
They conduct a wide variety of experiments in microgravity, including studies in astrobiology, astronomy, physical sciences, material science, space weather, meteorology, and human research. So they do a lot.
I thought space didn't have weather.
No, they can look at the weather.
Well, I'd like to know what they. I'd like to know what they
so
came
they let
up with.
You know,
Just
because we can't see down here.
Well, they get a good view of it. You know,
they get to see it coming.
They get to really, and they'll be like, "Yo, you should see what's out over there."
They should have really been able to give us a heads up on some things.
Well, I think they do. Man.
I don't know.
I think we know when a hurricane's coming.
They should have been on Twitter, and we should have been able to go to their Twitter account and go, "What's the weather looking?"
Do you think they know about a hurricane before?
You would, I guess.
Yeah,
right?
They would know about it.
I think
first.
we monitor all that from satellites and stuff. Yeah,
yeah.
Keep track of them that way.
We know like 2 weeks ahead. All right. The friendship paradox was first observed by sociologist Scott Field. And he said an individual's friends have more friends than that individual. And it's just a basic math equation. I mean, basically, if you have a lot of friends, let's try to, it can be explained as a form of sampling bias in which people with more friends are more likely to be in the one's own friend group. In other words, one is less likely to be friends with someone who has very few friends. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I mean, I guess you're not a very nice person.
Yeah, you're just not a person that has a lot of friends. You're not going to search out for more friends.
But if you do have a lot of friends,
then you're a guy that is friends with a lot of people.
With a lot of friends.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
The cheerleader effect is says that some people tend to look more attractive in a group than they do individually. That's true, Aaron, right? Cheerleader effect also
is a group.
Yeah.
I even think that was too far.
Yeah, come on, Dusty.
I think that's too far. I tell you what, we're gonna.
It is too far, and it's not true. But
a group of people.
That was cut. We should cut that out. I'm sorry about that.
Yeah,
you know what?
Thank you, man.
Dump Dusty. Is that that guy?
That guy, yeah.
That
guy's good.
Yeah.
Did you see? Did you see the Mario Lopez clip where they talked about his special?
Yeah.
And the woman said he's cute.
Yes, sir.
And all these women wrote in this week saying she's right.
They love him.
People are starting to figure it out.
Yeah,
they are.
They say you look like Brad Pitt.
Ooh, do you?
You've
gotten Brad Pitt?
I've gotten probably over 1,000 comments calling me Brad Pitt with some modification that hurts my feelings.
I'm familiar with those kind of compliments.
Yeah. You look like Brad Pitt if,
Yeah. Yeah, like I get like Walmart Billy Ray Cyrus.
Yeah.
Right, so I know what you mean.
I get with the fat equivalent of that.
Yeah.
Like
Anyway,
Brad Pitt ate Brad Pitt. Something not even that funny. Something
That's pretty good though.
Yeah.
Anyway, these scientists did research on this and said that individuals are 1.5% to 2% more attractive in a group than when seen alone.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Because I guess the idea that you have for other people like you.
What did they go? These scientists. What do they ever go? Hey, guys? Let's do some cancer stuff. Like, what's the point of this?
Exactly.
Like, why would you even? I don't.
You want sociologists working on cancer, or do you want them doing stuff like
so that a sociologist is a scientist?
Yeah. Well, it's a social science. So I don't know if they're not like. I don't know if you call them scientists.
I just think but if you have money splitting for both, then you just go like, we're gonna just we should do more cancer stuff and like stuff that's gonna kill people versus a guy that just goes like, if you don't have a bunch of friends, I studied this for 40 years. If you got one friend and no other friends, you don't have friends. But if a horse can jump over a donkey, and you're like, what? And he's spent 80 years doing that.
Yeah. $40 million of funding.
Yeah. And you go, what? What do you do? He goes, a guy that's not a nice guy doesn't have friends. Yeah. How'd you study that? Because I went and watched people.
And a guy that's sitting alone in a corner is less attractive than a guy with a bunch of friends.
I watched chimpanzees.
Yeah.
Well, you'll like this one, Nate. Researchers at Northampton University studied cows to see if they have best friends. They pinned the cows up for 30 minutes, one with a preferred partner, a best friend, and once with a cow they did not know. And during that time, the heart rates of the cows were measured. And if they were with their best friend, they had lower heart rate and more stress if they were with a cow they didn't know.
How do you even know if the cow knows or doesn't know the cow?
Well, you watch them hang out. With
You
each
ask
other.
them.
I think that would, to me, that is not friendship. That's familiarity,
Yeah.
right? Where you're like, I'm used to this cow.
That's probably true.
It also
Yeah.
probably is. I'm getting my heart rate goes up. Because the first time you're with your friend is the
Yeah.
first time you're being moved. You're not as nervous,
Yeah.
and then 30 minutes later you get moved again.
Yeah.
You're just nervous about the situation.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I don't think there's awareness of like that. I mean, how on earth do you sit there and go, all right, well, them two are clearly buddies.
I think if you see them hanging out, if they're playing, you know.
Yeah, I know,
there you
but do cows play that
I don't
much?
think cows really play.
Calves do.
I think they have a good
Calves,
time,
but not
I
cows.
think they have a good time.
I've never seen a cow play.
I don't think they have a good time. Yeah, I don't think they.
Calves do play.
I believe. You.
I've never seen a cow play.
Does Holly recognize other dogs in the neighborhood?
Yeah, she gets excited about like Felix's dog,
Mhm.
and yeah, the dogs that she knows.
What do you think? That they're friends, or do you think that she's just being nice to the other dogs?
I would think that I don't think there's any. I mean, I guess there is friendship, but it's like she's excited to see them to play with that dog.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think a dog is different than a cow.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think you're watching cows and just being like, all right, clearly them two get along.
They hit it off.
And then you put them in the hard part of this is a lot of if you're on the heart rate, you're like, well, you're moving this cow around. So already it's going to be a little stressed out.
Mm-hmm. All good points.
Yeah.
All right. So this is at the Elephant Sanctuary here in Tennessee, Hohenwald, Tennessee. That is Tara the elephant and Bella the dog, and they became best friends. And it's a very sweet story. They hung out with each other. Bella the dog got injured.
Yeah.
They won't say how, but I think we can maybe guess. And her
Same way I stubbed my toe.
Yeah, exactly. And she was hurt for a while, and they had to keep her indoors to heal. And the elephant hung out by the fence
By the house. Yeah.
by the house
Really?
every day watching.
Yeah.
Going, when you get out of here, I'm going to finish this job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, then there was injury. Yeah.
And then they reunited.
So
So
that's fun.
it's a very
That
sweet
is
story.
That
pretty
is
nice.
fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
All right, do you want to talk Aristotle before we get out of here, man? Talk a little
Aristotle?
Aristotle.
Sure.
That was the class I took. The friendship, the history
Oh yeah,
of
friendship
the history
class.
of friendship from Aristotle to Facebook.
Oh,
That was the
really?
name
Wow.
of the class.
You should have been leading this. I forgot
Yeah.
about that. What's
Well,
the takeaway?
I'll say the one thing what Aristotle said about friendship, and Aristotle believed, we're all a function of our time. He said a lot of things that have aged horribly.
Okay.
Basically, he said only men are capable of true friendship. But he's,
What's aged?
but I think that one of the main things I remember: 3 types of friendship. There's friendship of utility, where you're friends because you both use each other in some way. This is like if you're friends with your, I don't know,
Coworkers.
mechanic or somebody you're
okay.
friends with, but there's a transaction between the two of you, right? And then there's friendship of pleasure, where you both derive some type of pleasure from the other person. And then there's what's called like perfect friendship or true friendship, where you get nothing out of it other than just the friendship. And he basically believed you can only really truly have that with like 2 or 3 people. It's like impossible to have that depth, like to have that deep of a friendship with a ton of different people. It's one of the, so he wrote,
Yeah,
he wrote
see,
a
I agree with
ton
that.
about this.
I could see that because it's your lives kind of have to be the same.
He said you
Yeah,
have to,
yeah.
the phrase he used is, I always remember, you eat salt together. As in, like, if 2 people have gone through the same kind of traumatic experience, that can be the catalyst for it. It's the kind of stuff you read in college. You know?
And I think we're
Important stuff like
only
Yeah.
designed to like live in smaller communities. This thing that's open to us now, I think, is hard for us. Like the fact that we can see what's happening in the news in another country
this. Yeah.
instantly, I think hurts us. We're not supposed to see all this traumatic stuff all the time. I don't think so.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. I was going to say the idea of like even caring about what thousands and thousands of people think about you is so alien to
Oh yeah.
how humans have lived forever until like 15 years ago,
Yeah.
which is pretty crazy when you think about it. It's such a new thing.
Mm-hmm.
But we're grateful you're here. Thanks for listening.
Yeah, I mean, actors used to, up until 15 years ago, just you might get some hate mail,
Mm-hmm.
but that was it.
But now you post an advertisement on Facebook and people go, I don't like this guy.
Yeah.
Did I tell you a guy comment? I can't remember if we talked about it on the podcast, but I definitely told them. I did an ad for a show and so this guy just commented, pass.
Yeah.
And so I go, let's see what's going on in this. Clicked on his profile, terminally ill.
Golly.
And he's posting updates about it.
Yeah.
But he had to let me, he's about to die. And he's like, pass.
He didn't have much time.
Yeah.
I ain't going to do this.
Yeah. He goes, I know what I like.
Yeah.
I'm not going to waste a day on this earth.
I showed up at a theater one time and they go, hey, we heard about you. You were commenting on Facebook and we got some security for the guy. I was like, what? And they were like, yeah, some guy was like threatening to come down here or whatever. And I found it. And this guy was like, yeah, he said something like that, pass or whatever. And I was like, yeah, I was really wondering if you were going to, I'm just kind of commenting, just being fun. I was like, yeah, I was really worried about whether you were going to make it to the show or not. And then he comments, how about if I just show up down there and shut your smart mouth? So now the theater's like on security watch for this guy. And I was like, jeez, I didn't even say anything really. He's so mad. People are insane, man.
How about I show up there? Dusty goes, yeah, well, I'll see you there.
He goes,
Come on down.
Hey,
tickets are still available.
yeah, get a ticket.
Yeah, I would encourage that. I did Dusty Slay's top 5 country songs about friends.
All right, did you?
Kind of. Some of these aren't country. Yes.
Just friends in Nashville.
I wish you told me you were going to do a top 5. I would have did one too.
Well, you can do one next week. But,
Okay.
That's What Friends Are For. Dionne Warwick.
Okay.
We're doing astronauts next week. So do your top 5 astronauts.
Friends by Michael W. Smith. You know that song?
Mm-hmm.
Friends Forever.
That's a hot one.
You've Got a Friend. James
That's got to
Taylor.
be up
So
there. Yeah, that's
no country.
unbelievable.
No
I know.
country
All right,
so
now we're going to
far.
get to country.
Yeah, we're trying to do
Number 3,
fun songs.
Friends in Low Places by Garth Brooks.
Oh, there you
Okay.
go.
Not really about friends, though, is it?
From the title.
It's got
Okay.
the word.
All right.
All right.
Okay.
Number 2, All My Rowdy Friends Have Settled Down by Hank Williams Jr.
A great song.
Yeah.
That's an incredible
And
song.
number 1, All My Rowdy Friends Are Coming Over Tonight, also by Hank Williams Jr.
Both incredible songs.
Yeah.
All right.
Incredible songs.
You like those?
Those redeemed it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Well, You Got a Friend by James Taylor. That's more of a romantic.
Oh, I thought I said that.
It's a bit.
Oh, you probably did. I wasn't
It's a
listening. till
bit
about halfway
country.
through.
James Taylor's a bit country,
He's
and I
folky.
like it. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm a James Taylor guy.
Okay.
Yeah, he's great.
Yeah.
It's a folk.
All right.
Thank you. Really.
All
That
right.
was
We
good.
did it.
That was good.
All right. Friendship.
How about it? Friendship's good. I recommend it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
You guys are my friends. We all like hanging out, even when
We
we're not
do.
on the podcast.
That is
We
true.
all text?
That is
It
true.
is true.
Yeah,
we
we
got-
do text. We text.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would consider you all very close friends. I confide in you guys, as I think you guys as well. We talk about stuff that friends would talk about that we wouldn't share with other people. Like,
Yeah,
we're
sure.
we're real friends.
I do remember somebody commented on a special. It goes, "You got a real Nate Bargatze style to him." And then somebody commented, "Well, yeah, they're close friends." And then she responded, "Well, I don't know about friends. They're more like work associates." I doubt they hang out.
You're like, who is this, Abigail?
Yeah.
yeah.
That's fun.
All right.
That's
Going out to see everybody. I'll be in Vegas
Nice.
this week. Where are you guys?
April 5th, I'm in Columbia, Tennessee, getting the Easier to Drive tour back at Packard Playhouse. Then April 11th and 12th, Detroit House of Comedy.
Nice, dude. It's a great club. This weekend, Thursday night, Hartford. This is Aaron Weber talking. I'm in Hartford, Connecticut on Thursday at the Hartford Funny Bone. Come and see me Thursday. And then Friday, Saturday, Boston, Massachusetts, all weekend. Laugh Boston. Looks like the Saturday shows are going to sell out.
All right.
It's pretty close. So grab those tickets. Come see me this weekend. Hartford and Boston.
Okay, this weekend I'm in Beaumont, Texas on Friday and San Antonio on Saturday. San Antonio selling very well, but I've been told everyone's having a difficult time selling tickets in Beaumont.
I've heard that too.
But
Sounds like a place I would go.
do come. It's going to be very fun. It's going to be a hot show. And then I've also requested to do a few clubs. I'm on a theater tour, but I've requested to do some clubs because I want the reps to write some new jokes. So
Yeah.
the next weekend I'll be at the Virginia Beach Funny Bone.
Oh, how about that?
So come check me out.
Not doing Kazi's.
Not doing Causes. I didn't reach out, though. I don't know if my agent reached out. I don't know. There might have been a bidding war, and then Virginia Beach, Funny Bone won.
One out.
Yeah.
All right. Well, from my friends and you, we consider you all friends.
We're all friends here.
We love you. Have a great week and see you next week. Bye. Nateland is produced by Nateland Productions and by me, Nate Bargatze, and my wife Laura on the Audio Boom platform. Recording and editing for the show is done by Genovations Media. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to catch us next week on the Nateland Podcast.